I know my sound was off. I knew that. I'm aware. I'm alert. I know how to stream. I created a new, or the intro had a different sort of audio. There was desktop audio, mic audio, and then there was media audio, and I confused them, and I saw it was blowing up, and it was very strange, so I had to shut it down and figure out what was going on. But I think we got it all figured out. We've got some people in the chat. We've got the FBI. Good evening, FBI. Hope you're doing well. Camille, hashtag Joementum. William the First. Farzan is here. Farzan has a memorable name. I don't know what Farzan's personality is like, but I remember the name. Random is here. A very distinctive name. William woke up at 3 p.m. I woke up bright and early. Woke up nice at 5 a.m. Very productive day. Hippocratic Oath is here. Nice pun. Need that sweet sax. Here you go, Peter. We got it. Chaps my hind end, pal. Yeah, here we go. Looking forward to Ken Brown style brutal censorship of free speech to force us all to talk like Biden and boomers again. That's something I'm in favor of. Space-time DCR is rocking out. Here we've got Hippocratic says, work hard, trust in God, and keep your bowels open. I don't know what that means, keep your bowels open, but I do approve of a high-fiber probiotic diet. We really can't let that tradition die. It's beautiful American. You know, Joe Biden, all he needs is different policies, and his rhetoric is... Did you ever recognize that Joe Biden is the same as Sarah Palin? But before I get too off track, because I know we had a comment, I don't remember who left the comment, but it was something like, the channel used to be good, and now it sucks, because all you do is talk about current events, and e-drama, and silly things, and you never talk about, you know, abstract perennial ideas, and... I don't know, I feel like I still do, it's just a variation, whereas before it was like a ban on current events. Now we've allowed those to slip in, and that's your fault. That's Jockel's fault specifically for encouraging this development that's been happening. And I've been slipping further and further, and the question of the day is the Cromwell experience degrading the quality of the channel? If people want to unsubscribe because of the direction the channel is going, let me know. What I will do is I'm going to create a document at the end. Don't cast your vote now, think about it. But I'm going to ask the chat, I'm going to say vote for whether you are in favor of keeping up the Cromwell drama or ending it. We're going to take votes, and I'm not going to do it by an online poll. It's going to be in the chat. You're going to have to, you know, be pressing C for Cromwell, or what would it be? What's the opposite of Cromwell? X for no Cromwell. So we'll be taking a look at that. We'll be taking a look at a vote in the chat as to who participates, who because as you know, the squeaky wheel gets the grease. If you complain enough, if you complain more than Cromwell, you beat Cromwell in the attention-seeking game. So we're going to give attention to Cromwell tonight. He likes to post things and delete them. So I saw this earlier today, and I took a look at it, and I said, oh, this is a big wall of text. And I sort of scanned it, and I saw there was like some anti-Joel stuff. I saw there was some semi-violent, like Highlander, like one of us will survive, the other one will die. One of us is going to be, it's kill or be killed. And I didn't really read it. I said, oh, I'll read that later when I have time. And then he deleted it. But fortunately, I was able to retrieve it because I backtraced it. Because I have that cyber police training. I was able to backtrace it. So we're going to look at this comment here. And I guess this is in response. So he posts the image down here, which is like 3 tweets that Joel made back in October. So he's still like brewing over what happened last October on Twitter. Apparently his name was Hiding Cows. Told you I have a sixth sense for dickheads on the internet. I can smell them from miles away. Maybe this is a cultural difference, but where I come from, what I was doing is engaging in banter. A man should not lack the resiliency to handle a light insult like dickhead. I have a lot. So it sounds like Joel used the term dickhead, and then hiding cows / Chatsy therapy / Cromwell like blew up into some kind of, I don't know, Cromwell rage, Cromwell explosion. I have a lot of experience with dickheads on the internet. Detecting them, I gotta expand this. Detect them has become like a sixth sense for me. As for GA, I personally think there are major ontological issues with the original hypothesis, so I'm currently working on a heretical redesign of the theory, which is cool, which I'm still waiting for that, by the way. But anyway, that's the end of the message, but that's what the message is referring to. So he's saying, this is before I thinned Joel's ego. Joel talked, and by the way, Joel's hair, it's just crazy. I don't think he has a thin hairline. I think he has just crazy hair, crazy wild hair. He's a wild man. Joel talked a big game about how he was Mr. Bance and stuff, but when it came down to business, he wasn't calling me a dickhead or monkey Brit anymore. He still said I was intense, but he admitted that I knew my stuff and that he wouldn't like to cross me, whether that's in the playground or in the classroom. Is this an Imperious sock account? I'm serious. This guy, I want to see this guy in Imperious meet in real life, because I feel like he talks the way that Imperious talks. Or I should say he types the way that Imperious types. But I've heard his voice, and his voice is not like Imperious's voice. You know, I think basically Cromwell not only talks the warrior talk, but he walks the warrior walk. This is not posturing. This is the real deal here. I gave him a good schooling. Fortunately for you, you're not as ignorant when it comes to religion or Christianity, but the same is going to happen to you, maverick young sir. When the time comes, you're going to regret engaging with me and all the bullshit you ever spoke, and then your audience becomes my audience. I thought you didn't want an audience. What's going on? Your star becomes my star. Afterwards, I'll shake your hand and say you were a nice chappy, and I truly wish you the best in life. When I made that video about simps and sycophants, and everyone was asking Brian quit the channel because of it, the person I was thinking of was Cromwell. Cromwell, who simps me and says, oh, you're a nice chappy and I like you. And then he's like, but I will destroy you and I will kill you. You know, that's what I was talking about. But everyone then took that to be meaning themselves. And they were like, oh, you can't diagnose people being, you know, it's like, I don't know what this dude's diagnosis is. Maybe he is just trolling. But at this point, I think he's serious. I think he's the real deal. I hope you become Biden's personal advisor. Don't think that's going to happen. Not really gaming for that. Until then, there's no civility, there's no kindness, there's no handshakes. You're stealing my thunder. You're stealing my 5 minutes to fame. I think that expression is a critique of itself. When you use that expression, 5 minutes of fame, and I'm not sure that this is completely showing. Let's see. I think this wall of text, here we go. Yeah, the wall of text was not entirely showing. So if I make it smaller, yeah, that's what we got to do. There we go. All right, so usually that's a negative term. Usually that's like 5 minutes of fame, means something worthless, something ephemeral, something fake. Why would you want my 5 minutes of fame? But here we go. You misinterpret comments in chat. Sometimes deliberately, sometimes out of idiocy, but you'll have nowhere to hide the moment you're in that voice call with me, young sir. A dark, cold place with me indeed. I think it's going to be a hot place. I think it's going to be a fiery place. I don't think you're a cold personality, Cromwell. I think you're on fire. J. Dyer, I'm not going to read that word. J. Dyer, the something with the, and this is why I think he's also fork beard, with the fake wife. Why is his wife fake? Why doesn't he have a real wife? And terrible jokes that nobody can even understand. Couldn't even shine my boots. He was running away with his tail between his legs. And Aardvark, the dude with the stolen valor. This guy's so Trumpy, and he's so Trumpy, and he creates these little phrases. He attaches them to people. And then you sort of argue, you're like, he's never claimed to have, you know, served actively. Where are you getting this from? You're exaggerating, you're lying. And he doesn't care. He just keeps using it. It's very Trumpian. Claiming he's the American sniper. Goes around bitching to everyone about all the bad things I ever said because he's a little tart. And I love the British swearing, like tart. It's not even a swear; it's like an insult, a little tart. The juxtaposition of like American swearing to British swearing. If the rest of them don't want to fight, then good luck to you, Mr. Man, because I don't think you've ever had an original thought of your own. True, I did not invent the English language. I did not invent religion. I did not invent history. 1 minute it's Spenglerian decay, next minute it's Gebser's consciousness, and you accuse me of making no sense, as if those two ideas are contradictory. Expect a dogfight, Dr. Evil. I'm not Dr. Evil. I'm not asking for $1 million. I ate one of those typical Brits, do second place, nice try, Jolly Roger. No, it's either me or you, and I fight to the death. So yeah, very, very violent man. And then he posts this video, Kendall to be canceled April 1st. I remember this name, Kendall, and it's been used before, and I don't think it was by Cromwell. I think he's been watching my channel for years at this point, because that's a very old insult. But let's watch this video together. I haven't seen this before. Sending Kenneth back to the kitchen. Tune in April 1st. So we have to wait like 2 days to actually see this what this is actually about. So let's bring it down here. Let's take a watch. Let's take a listen. See what he has to say.
Hello guys, welcome to the Cromwell Experience. This is an emergency transmission to all my loyal supporters out there. April the 1st is the date for the latest bloodbath. I'm sure you're all aware recently that Kenneth Brown offered to debate yours truly, so long as moi uploaded a YouTube video. And I humbly oblige, young squire. April the 1st, this misogynist is getting cancelled. Now to all my beloved haters out there, I'm sure you all fancy me the underdog in this scuffle, yeah? So let's do a bit of number crunching and take a gander at my body count.
He's so Northern English, it hurts me, it viscerally hurts me. But we gotta finish. It's only 2 minutes.
Whether it was Joel Davis, the dude with the receding hairline at age 13, Imperius, the sweaty old fool who breathes out his own nose, Jay Dyer, the sodomite who snatched his wife off eBay.
I'm gonna have to disavow that. That is against the terms of service. That is not right. We cannot. That is an example of a word that I think is terrible, and that is why I will be fighting Cromwell, possibly banning Cromwell. We'll see on what the chat decides, but we'll just skip over that.
The stolen valor, American sniper dude of all the fake military glories. Each and every one of them, those people, you underestimated me, folks. And I confess that Kenneth, the Ghostman Brown, aka Dr. Evil, is twice the challenge of all those other.
Why do I get to be Dr. Evil? Why do I get? I feel like that's a cool name. Why do I get to be Dr. Evil, and everyone else is like lame? Why? I don't understand what I've done. Am I bald? Dr. Evil's bald. Am I bald? I don't understand.
Opponents, because he conceals himself very, very well. But let it be known, young Maverick Squire, that I have detected and shall exploit your weaknesses come April the 1st. Including that time you talked about tripartite caste systems to that handicapped Greek girl with the raggy hair deal in the club.
What are you talking about? What Greek girl? What does that even mean?
Systems to that handicapped Greek girl with the raggy hair deal in the club.
Raggy hair deal in the club? What is raggy hair deal in the club? Can I get a translation on this? Do we have a Northy in the chat who can help me out with this? What is a raggy hair deal in the club? I'm so confused. I don't remember talking to any. Let's give that listen one more time.
Tripartite caste systems to that handicapped Greek girl with the raggy hair deal in the club.
A Greek girl? I don't. What Greek girl are we talking about? I remember I featured a woman of Indian descent on my channel at one point, but a Greek girl? A Greek girl. Raggy haired? I can't. I can't recall. You're gonna have to clear that one up for me.
Club. So tune in, young chappies, young buckos, for the box office special event of your lives. That's April the 1st. To witness Ken Boy, the little Ken doll here, get cancelled into the next life. Peace out.
Ooh, that's vicious right there. That is vicious. So we've got Cromwell is obsessed with bowels. I beseech you, in the bowels of Christ, think it possible you may be mistaken. Why are we talking about the bowels of Christ? Seems a little bit sacrilegious. Big X from me. Hold your votes, Menthol. We haven't gotten to the voting yet. I'm gonna read through the chat first. Everyone think carefully, because this, based on whether you decide C or X, is gonna determine Cromwell's future here. Will Cromwell be given hemlock? No. No one's gonna, there's no physical violence from my end. Is this a variation of the guerrilla warfare copy pasta? I think it is the Northern English version. This is exactly why dueling was invented. Keyboard Warrior, no need. I want him to play the video. He'll probably read the comments in 30 minutes. How old are you? Play the video. Cromwell could voice disagreement without being pretentious and aggressive. Yeah, he could, but maybe some people like that. Maybe some people like the fact that he's a character. We'll see. Original in the true sense. Remember yesterday, or the day before when he said, I don't want to be any celebrity. I don't want to make YouTube videos. And now I'm forcing him to make YouTube videos just so he has a chance to get on the channel and debate me. It's really quite something. Original in the true sense means being from the origin, thus not unique, but coming from the absolute. Martin Lings. Who is Martin Lings, Camille? I gotta look up Martin Lings. I've heard the name before. Is he apparently he's an English Muslim, Martin Lings. That's interesting. Kendall, nice. I will subscribe to you, Cromwell. Yeah, we'll see. Right now he has 93 subscribers. We'll see how many subscribers. Now he has 96, so he's definitely earning subscribers right now. Misogyny is wrong. Yeah, that misogynistic meme, that slander against my name is coming to haunt me. This will be the best thing to ever happen. Number quenching. We might need to, well, I'm not going to report his video for anything, but look, if you're using TOS violating words, it's a thin line, but of course I don't want to report it, because then what happens? Then I get reported. It's a vicious cycle. Morgoth versus Cromwell. I don't know what that means. Cromwell is R1B man. Seriously, Google Red Norded. That's Cromwell. What is it? Okay, let's Google or search Red Norded and see what pops up in the images. Oh, no. No, this looks too old to be Cromwell. Maybe it's this second image guy here. Maybe he could be that guy. He could be. I feel like that's possible. That confirmed Cromwell doxed here. Cromwell pick right here. It's definitely possible. Possible Cromwell picks. I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if any of these guys are young enough. I feel like Cromwell is a young lad, you know? I don't think any of these guys are necessarily young enough to be a Cromwell lookalike. But that is Peter Problow's take on the Cromwell. Maybe this could be Cromwell. He's wearing a suit. He's very studious. He's very dignified, serious. I'm getting intelligent schizo vibes. Same. Anglos be like raggy hair Dylan the club. What does that mean? Raggy hair Dylan the club? What does this mean? I've never heard of this phrase before. Raggy hair Phil in the club? What does it mean to... Is it dill in the club? I feel like he said dill in the club. Is a dill like a pickle? Pickle in the club? The Dill Pickle Club. A bohemian club. A popular club in Chicago. Yeah, I really don't. Did he say Dill Pickle Club? I'm very confused. I don't remember speaking to a Greek woman. Greek girl equals RBE. Oh, really? Are you serious? He misgendered RBE. That's sad. Don't misgender RBE. I still don't know what Dill in the club means, but he's been doing his research. He's been doing his opposition research. Let's see. What level of irony is this guy on? Pretty high levels. What was C again? C is if you want to keep Cromwell on the channel, on the live chat, participating, because people have said by engaging with him, I'm degrading the quality of the channel. So, but we're not going to vote yet. I still have to get through the chat. What are you two in disagreement about? I think it's nationalism and proletarianism or something like that, and maybe Christian fundamentalism, although I think he's pretty heretical, but he's got a very strong... He's kind of like the Christ is inside my body, a body my own shape, size, he's kind of on that wavelength. Let's see. He was a close friend of Ganon. Vote X so Kenneth has an excuse to run away. He won't be the first. All right, I guess Cromwell's voting X, but we're still not taking a vote. You still have to hold your horses and let me get through the chat. Guess he wasn't joking about having an army. Have him on the show, then banish him to the Shadow Realm. Which vote might beget this outcome? That would be a C for now, and then an X after the debate, if it ever happens. We still don't know if he's ever going to follow through. Hey, Kenneth, hope you're doing all right. Doing quite well, Connor. Same to you. What is supposed to happen on April 1st? I think it's a prank. I think it's a joke. I think he's going to create a lot of hype, and then I'll be like waiting on Discord. What day is April 1st? April 1st, 2020. Let's pull up a calendar. It's going to tell me what day of the week that is. I just need to see. It's the 36th day of Lent. Okay, so 2020, that is a Wednesday. I will probably be busy. I didn't choose that date. He just stamped it in the sand and said, this is the debate. This is the day. April 1st, it's a big joke. He's having a laugh. Are you having a laugh? If I do decide to upload videos, it'll be on my new channel. Why would I upload videos on a channel where I've published copyrighted films? Can't you call in or something? Yeah, he could call in right now. He could literally call in right now and we could talk immediately. We could talk henceforth by the bowels. We could speak to one another, but I don't think that's going to happen. He speaks an ancient language, yes. Why then I may be dead? Yeah, we might all be dead. I don't think I can wait that long. We've got some... I'm being given PDFs by people on Discord. Cromwell is a right mug. Is that a bad thing or a good thing? I can't tell. Camille posts the letter C, but it's a black C, so I can't read it because I have the dark mode on YouTube. I can make a proper new channel and get more views than Kenneth in one day. Well, I'd love to see that. Populism, I mean, and it's actually not that difficult. You literally can do that. You can get 1,000 views in one day on YouTube by creating a video with the right content, with the right feel, with the right tagline and keywords and everything, the right presentation. And then you go on Twitter and you spam it. You spam it everywhere. You go on Discord and you spam it. You go to 1,000 different places, and in 1,000 different places, at least one person clicks on the video. You spend 24 hours doing that. If you really shill your stuff on 4chan, anonymous boards, and all over the internet, you can definitely get 1,000 views in one day. The fact that I have so few views is a testament, first of all, to the fact that the people who are entertained by my channel are a very special sort of person, and the fact that I don't really do any promotion. So populism is when you spurg on YouTube. I don't know if that word is allowed on YouTube, so I'm going to go ahead and take it out just so I'm not in the habit of reading it. It's very hard when you see a message. It's very hard not just to read what the message says. I gotta crack everything here. Let me just crack all that. Feeling better after a little crack. What's the crack? I want to know what's the crack with Cromwell. Can someone tell me what's the crack with this guy? Sabate him, then ban. C. Okay, well, I still haven't released the voting. Good evening, pessimistic idealism. April Fool's genius plan. Having a bubble bath, mate. Are you having a bubble bath? Why not debate now? Yeah, very good question. Debate now. Okay, so here's the 3 options that I've concocted. Number 1, ban Cromwell, worthless, waste of time, go back to something else. Maybe movie reviews, reading books, esoteric topics, philosophy, current events. It could be anything else, just not Cromwell. So that's the full-on X. The C is never ban him, keep him around forever until we change our mind and hold another vote. The Y is, here's the big Y. The Y is, if Cromwell does not debate me right here, right now, he's banned. So those are the 3 options. You can either say ban him no matter what. I don't want to see the debate. That's a big X. Don't want to debate. That's a big X. C, keep him around. Let him prank us. Let him fool around. Let him post things in the chat, then delete it and go back and forth. And keep him around as a funny troll because he's entertaining and blah, blah, blah. And I see the X, I see the point of view of the X, and I see the point of the C. But the crossroads of the two, the Y, the fork in the road, is if he doesn't debate me right here, right now, then he gets banned. So those are your 3 options, the X, the Y, then C. I'm going to open up a document, and I'm going to begin to count the votes from each person. So I'm going to open up a separate document here. Or let's, maybe we can do it with the text. Why don't we do it in the text pad here in OBS? So we've got Poe. I still have Poe. Can you believe that? We still haven't read Edgar Allan Poe. But here's Edgar Allan Poe. And we're going to go down on that. And then we're going to make this font 12, I think, is a good size. F. Well, okay. That's not the best. But there it is. So we're going to start taking votes, C, Y, or X, and we'll see how it hashes out. Kenneth promised me the red carpet. I never promised that. I ain't just any young man. I have a proper YouTube channel. Yep, 2 men enter, 1 man leave. Thank you, Kenneth. My mother always said I was special as well. Did you know Review Bra spent his first year on YouTube shilling his channel on RuneScape? Interesting. That's a good tactic. If Kenneth allows me to post my Discord link, I'll keep you updated on my new YouTube channel, Ready to Debate Kendall. Sure, go ahead and post your Discord link. I'm too lazy to do that, Cromwell. Even if I wanted, I would forget after a day. Wasn't your namesake against such displays of poppery? Didn't the new model army remove Charles I in his pomp and glory? Cromwell is funny right now. We can keep him until the joke dies, so to speak. Did Review Bra spam his channel in clan chats? Why? So we have Bruce Bogtrotter has voted for Y. Remember, and I'll post it here. So X, no Cromwell debate, ban him. And I don't know if people can see what I'm typing right now because of, yeah, there we go. Ban him. Y, If he does not debate in the next... Okay, before this stream, if he does not debate before this stream ends, ban him. And then you have C, which is keep him around until the joke gets old. So those are the three options. Bruce Bogtrotter has chosen Y. Peter says defeat Cromwell, bring the restoration. FBI says Y. So that's 2 votes for Y. Tomas says Y. So Y is doing pretty well so far. Thomas Harrison, my truer namesake, wasn't. Space-Time says Y. Alright, it's pretty heavy on Y. Bruce Bogtrotter has changed his vote to C. He wants to keep Cromwell around. He's afraid that Cromwell will be exiting the scene. And I gotta make this smaller so that people can see what's going on. Because right now, it's too big. Space-Time says, how do I change the length? The paragraph, how do I do this? It's line spacing. Is that, oh, there we go. I figured it out, didn't I? Good job, me. You genius. All right. That's where we are now. So Space-Time says Y, and then Bruce changed his vote to C. Laugh Track says Y. I don't know if Cromwell can overcome the Y supremacy. Bruce changes his vote to X. From Y to C to X. An interesting development, Bruce. Tripartite voting. Yes, very principled. Edward Ross says Y. Edward Ross says Y. Menthol Gold says Y. A veteran of the channel. Menthol Gold says Y. Camille says at random, just the general chat. I have no clue what that is, Camille. Bruce changes his vote to C. An exciting development. Camille votes C. So Camille does indeed like Cromwell. I mean, they both have C's at the beginning of the name, so it makes sense. Camille is a C. Cromwell is thanking his supporters in the chat. Peter says Y. A veteran. He's voting Y. Bruce has changed his vote once again to Y. He's a wild card. He's a loose cannon. Bingo Babongo says, oh geez. I didn't mean to copy the formatting. Bingo Babongo says Y. Bruce has changed his vote to X once again. This is the second time that he's voted X. Farzin P has voted Y. Farzin P has voted Y. I'll just take out the P because that's too many letters. Just Farzin. Bruce has voted W, which is interesting. That was not a choice originally, but I'm going to have to find some water. I'm going to have to go get some water and take a W. Thank you, Bruce. You know, counting votes is a very hard job, and it gets me thirsty. So I appreciate that. Bruce, always thinking about my health, always looking out for me. Thank you, Bruce. So Bruce has voted W. Now Bruce has voted... he keeps changing his vote. I can't keep track of it. Whatever he votes last will decide his vote. Although it may be irrelevant. Random has voted for C. So Random, who is an intelligent person, has voted C. Hippocratic... Oh, I gotta scroll back up. My apologies, everybody. Hippocratic Oath has voted Y. Banish him from the British Isles. I don't know if I have the power to do that, but Rodion Raskolnikov has voted C. So Rodion, a respectable citizen, has voted C. Jacob Ellsmore has voted Y, which is currently, I believe, the most popular decision. Camille has created a straw poll. However, Camille, we're not going by the straw poll. It'll be interesting to see if people do end up voting in that straw poll. But we're going to go based off the YouTube username for right now, so that, because I think Cromwell is an engineer and he can hack that poll and decide the results. So we're doing it this way. Henry Benjamin has voted, he has voted Y. And Cromwell says, this might change people's decisions, but Cromwell says, I won't be debating today as I was promised a red carpet, which is a lie. Never promised him anything. I said, create your own red carpet, which he already has, and I'll be using it to promote my new YouTube channel. So count your Y and X. Okay, well, there, Cromwell has said it. He said Y equals X according to Cromwell. And Kenneth will have ran from me like all the other E-celebs did. It's over for you, mate. Why do I foresee that? Oh, man. Pessimistic idealism. Coming in with the letter puns, why do I foresee that an exchange between Cromwell and Kenneth will never commence? I think you might foresee correctly. Lame cop-out. Y equals X. Remember that. Rematches often receive more coverage. Kenneth, what's your Myers-Briggs? I used to score INTJ, but I think I've changed. I think I'm like INFJ now, I think. Something. Or INTP, I'm not sure. I used to think I was like INTJ, like fiercely, I am the 1%, I am the special type. But now I don't think I'm as fiercely in that category as I had thought. Eero Monrick, a veteran of the channel, says C. So Eero Monrick wants to keep him here. Connor Mill, who I have no clue who that is, but Connor Mill says Y, which according to Cromwell is the same thing as an X. Cromwell says, I'm trying to get views. 25 today isn't enough. Henry says, seems like you enjoy having him around. I'll change my vote to C. So Henry Benjamin has changed his vote from a Y to a C, which is an exciting development. Cromwell is posting his Discord, which I am going to tentatively open and hope that it's not filled with dolphin erotica or something strange. We're going to open that elsewhere. Bingo Babongo is changing his vote from Y to C. Says Bingo Babongo. See, this is why we can't do a straw poll, because people will change their vote. This is like a caucus, okay? This is the Cromwell caucus. Ali versus Frazier. Don't know who that is. Please join the server. Joke will get old if he doesn't debate on April 1st. Ban him if he doesn't show. So that's in keeping with Eero Monrick voting C. Voting is too big a responsibility for me. Possibly. Let's see. FBI votes C. So I think FBI has changed his vote, if I'm not correct. Where's FBI? He was one of the first voters. He's changing from Y to C. This is exciting. Very interesting caucus. The vote is unfair. Rigged poll. Yeah, it's definitely rigged here. Okay, so fourth density's coming in. The resident memer of the channel, producer of memes. He is voting C, fourth density. We have Cromwell posting his Discord link. He's posting... Oh my goodness. Cromwell has been posting a lot in his Discord, which is apparently based off my Discord in one way. So apparently people are unsubscribing from my channel and going to Cromwell's Discord. This is crazy. All right, well we'll maybe take a look at that. Rigged poll. It's rigged because Y and X mean the same thing, and Kenneth knows it. Well, you also said we have to debate on April 1st, and I'm probably not going to debate you on April 1st. Because you didn't ask, hey, what time works for you? There's no negotiation, so two can play that game. What's the problem, Kenneth? You afraid? I am afraid. He is a dangerous man. I am opening myself up to danger here if people vote for C. It's too late anyway. He's doing his typical cheap YouTube tricks. Oxylus, who I've never seen before, has voted C. Thank you, Oxylus. Who else? Never forget, he's another runner and afraid. Kendall chickened out. Cromwell remains undefeated. Remember, if you ban him, he wins. Classic. Yeah, classic. If I ban my enemies, they win. You're the one shying away from the debate tonight. Yeah, interesting that Cromwell is in the chat talking, but he can't debate me tonight because he is an egomaniac. Fourth Density, I will hire... Well, this is Cromwell telling Fourth Density, I'm going to hire you as my meme agent when this all blows over. Rattle votes Y. Obviously. I don't know if it is obvious at this point. We'll see. We'll see how the votes count out. And I've got to make this smaller now because so many votes piling up. I don't have the space to show them all. So Rattle has voted Y. Let me make sure everything is in there. Debate tonight or perish. You can't be allowed to hijack streams for another 2 weeks. Don't know what you're dealing with, Kenneth. That's true. When Fourth Density has abandoned me and gone over to the Cromwell side, he's more powerful than I could ever imagine. Forget it, mate. I got to get a new YouTube channel and promote this stuff ready for April 1st. I have to... How is that word not already censored? Every day I see a swear in the chat and I say, surely I censored that like years ago. So, but apparently we haven't for whatever reason. Okay. Kendall is making new accounts to vote Y. Yeah, that's exactly what's going on. Ironic how we're even doing a Democratic poll when Kendall doesn't even believe in the people. Yes, it is very ironic. A vote for C is a vote for the people, says Rodion. Kenneth is a tyrant allying with the plebs against the aristocracy. I think Cromwell is an unironic, like, pleb. Like, he's a pleb identitarian. Randy Lentz votes C. So Randy is voting C. Randy is one of the strongest, one of the physically strongest members of the chat. It's called the Cromwell Experience temporarily. Once Kendall has been canceled, it will be renamed. Why April 1st? Corona will have wiped out half of us. Why not tomorrow or in a week? It remains unclear what you would debate. Cromwell mogs y'all with his sheer presence. I am a man of the light. The Lord has given me natural immunity for these kinds of viruses, as well as my loyal supporters. Okay, that's some strong words. So let's start adding up the votes because I think pretty much everyone has voted at this point. So Bruce voted YCXCYX. So that would be, he voted Y twice. He voted X twice. And then he also voted C twice. So all of his votes cancel out, given that they were all of equal measure. Although, let me back that up for a minute. Whoops. Did I just erase Landy's vote? I didn't mean to. Or Randy. So his last vote was an X. Just if anyone's keeping track. Well, it's technically a W, but his real last vote was an X. So that might be an X. We'll see. Maybe Bruce will be a tiebreaker there. If anything, he's either X or he's nothing for Bruce. We'll see. For FBI did end up voting C ultimately. Tomas voted Y. Spacetime voted Y. Laugh Track voted Y. Edward Ross voted Y. Menthol Gold voted Y. Camille voted C. So we're seeing a schism in the chat here. Peter voted Y. Bingo Babingo voted C. I wonder what the difference. There's got to be some kind of fundamental ontological difference between Y voters and C voters. Random voted C. Rodion voted C. I know Pessimistic Idealist still hasn't voted, so there's still some people who haven't even voted. Henry Benjamin voted C. And Arrow Monrick voted C. And Fourth Density voted C. And Randy, or Oxylus, voted C, and Randy Lentz voted C. Okay. Are you seeing what I'm seeing here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 votes for Cromwell. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 votes for Y, which is debate me now or get banned. So it's a very close vote. Very close vote. Let's see if there are any new votes in the chat. Kenneth Brown has voted. Oh, wow. People are literally creating sock accounts impersonating me. These people are fast. These people are fast. I gotta go to the chat here. I gotta open this up. I gotta see what this Kenneth. When did they create this Kenneth Brown channel? Like in the last 5 minutes or something. Let's see what happened. Kenneth Brown YouTube channel. Go to channel. Let's see when this was created. It has my avatar. Channel doesn't have any content. I'll subscribe there. Seems like a promising channel. All right, well, Kenneth Brown has voted C. I don't know how that happened, but I just have to count the votes as they come in, people. Kenneth Brown's voted C. Notice only Bruce has voted X. Nobody has voted X so far, so this is pretty incredible. Nobody has voted X. Nobody wants to see him banned outright. They just want him on the show. The people want Cromwell. They just want him to come on, but we'll see what happens. The voting has not yet ended. Much like the Democratic primary, you think the voting is over, and yet the results are disputed, and who knows what could happen. There might be some people creating some fake YouTube accounts. Staff of Raw putting in his vote for, whoops. I don't want to copy the formatting there, just want the name. Staff of Raw votes Y. So we're going to have to, once again, go into OBS, make this a bit smaller because it got too big. Staff of Raw voted Y. Camille votes C, which Camille has already voted C. You can only vote once. Cromwell says, vote C and find out. I'm a man of my word. I will not let you down. What are these letters for? You already voted. Why did you vote? It's literally at the top of the stream. It says, X, no Cromwell debate. Just ban him. Y, if he does not debate before the stream ends, ban him. C, keep him around until the joke gets old. So those are your three options. CC, says Michael Pemulis. Michael Pemulis, a classic viewer of the channel, votes C. Double C, in fact. Does the High Court of Justice, scrolling up here, does the High Court of Justice have 59 commissioners for execution yet? Hippocratic Oath. Did you vote Hippocratic Oath? I feel like you did. Did I forget your vote? Or did you switch it from X to Y? I don't remember at this point. See how the C voter, because I have you down as a Y. See how the C voters have simple but striking names. The Y voters are all Latin first name, long word, last name. I don't think that's true. I think the C voters have longer names than the Y voters. Thanks for unironically supporting me. I appreciate people giving me a chance. He's such a politician. He's very much like Biden. He'll lavish praise on you. He wants to sniff your hair, but if you wrong him, you are a dog-faced pony soldier. He ought to smack you, you know, things like that. Cromwell's ruining the streaming experience, says Connor Mill. Well, you voted Y, you didn't vote X, so if you really believe that, you'd vote X, I think. He hasn't counted all the votes. I demand a recount. Stop parasiting and wasting my time. Parasitizing, that's a new word. Debate or perish. If I wanted to be a parasite, I'd pick a bigger YouTuber. I didn't want to do this video, but I'm getting tired of Kendall's nonsense. Yeah, I think it is tiring. What are you waiting for? No, you can't just mog my entire stream. I have to get all opinions from Kenneth Brown. He's literally never wrong. No. Okay. Fourth density is turned against me. This is very controversial. Don't you think I deserve the right to make my own YouTube channel and promote this stuff? I ain't gonna debate him for no fruits, am I? I bow to Cromwell, says Kenneth Brown. Okay, I'm gonna have to ban Kenneth Brown. I'm sorry, but Kenneth Brown is just... that is not acceptable. Kenneth Brown is no good. I will not allow him to spread his terrible brownness in my chat. Russian interference. Insulin Pet, an old-time viewer of the channel, votes why. Thank you for your vote. Thank you for supporting our democracy. Cromwell is dangerous to our democracy. Cromwell is part of the Russian interference in our elections. Have him agree to allow you use the footage yourself. Kenneth is terrible at getting views. I'm the one chucking him a bone. I'm the superstar. He's the deputy clinging on my sheriff's shoes. William Zimmerman votes C. So we've got a C with William Zimmerman. And then Pessimistic Idealist says, Y is my final answer. Pessimistic Idealism, who, to give him credit, within 5 minutes of me asking him to come on the channel, he was on the channel. Hippocratic Oath says I'm a Y. Well, that's what I have you down as. Maybe there can be compromise. Cromwell ceases hijacking, grows his own channel, is banned only if he starts shenanigans. I don't think that's possible, but that sounds like a C vote. Where are you so far, Mr. Edward Ross? He's a Y, so that's not really an option. You're either Cromwell debates on this stream, or he gets banned. That's Y. X, he gets banned no matter what. C, we keep him around until we change our minds. So there is no fourth option. It's a tripartite system. All right, Justin Bieber, like I'm going to repeat the same nonsense and bore everyone to sleep like you did. Yeah, Cromwell definitely, he's driving the views. Total War, Kenneth, you can't ban yourself. Are you feeling well? Space Time says Y is the noble answer. Okay, so let's count the votes again and make them all visible to everybody. So we've got FBI, Camille, Bingo Babongo, Random, Rodion, Hendry Benjamin, Aero Manrick, Fourth Density, Oxylus, Randy Lenz, Kenneth Brown, Michael Pamulis, William Zimmerman. And I forgot to count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 13 votes for C. How about Y? We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 14 for Y. That might just be it, folks. That might just be it. I'm not sure if I should be flattered by Cromwell's comment or if I should take offense. What's the count? The current count is 13 to 14. Bruce changes his vote to C. Oh my goodness. Bruce Bogtrotter changes his vote to C, bringing the total count to 14 versus 14. My goodness. How are we going to break this tie? You spoke for 2 hours only to bore everyone to death. You were a snooze fest. Cromwell is cognitively feminine, as Kurt Doolittle would say. Well, I don't know. If Kurt Doolittle is against Cromwell, I might have to support him. Can you please just do a short debate tonight, Cromwell, like a trailer for the real debate at April 1st? Yeah, if he just comes on for 5 minutes and controls himself and doesn't use swears and just calls people... Like, you can call people a tart. You can use British slang. You can call me a raggy-haired... Dylan the club or whatever, but you just have to keep it YouTube safe, TOS safe, and then yeah, we can do a 5-minute discussion, debate, or whatever you want to do, and then you'll have fulfilled the Ys. But if you don't show up at all, if you don't give me 5 minutes of your time, and the Ys win, you're out of here. Cromwell is a parasite by trade. Do X's get counted as Y's as well? Because the X's are going to switch to Y if the one vote for Y ends up being needed. There are no X's. Literally no one has voted X. I gave X as an option. Literally no one wants to ban this guy. Everyone wants to hear him. The people demand Cromwell. He has the people on his side. He is the charismatic. He is the youthful Joe Biden. Okay, the Y coalition will prevail, says Menthol Gold. Well, right now it is neck and neck. See it as an entree, pessimistic idealism. I'm trying to complete the system of German idealism, and all Cromwell can do is ban dancing, Christmas celebrations, drinking fun, etc. It's degrading to the quality of the channel. Charles votes Y. Charles, an enigmatic. Can I even say that word? Enigmatic. Charles has voted Y, which brings the total Y count out to 15. Currently, the Ys are in the lead. Bogtrotter, a Florida man. I vote Y to save all of Kendall's sycophant followers, so Cromwell is voting Y. Cromwell himself does not want to debate me, so he's going to vote Y. So that brings the count to 16 now. Edward Ross, changed my vote to C, Edward Ross says. All right, well, Edward Ross just stole one vote from the Ys, bringing them down to 15, and added one to the C's, which brings the C count to 15. So there is, once again, balance to the force. Charles has already voted Y, and Jacob is also voting for Y. Jacob, an intelligent man, is throwing his vote over to the Y side. We'll see. With 16 votes in the Y camp, we'll see if Jacob's vote is that swing vote that we're looking for tonight. Cromwell says he prefers to think of himself as a young AOC. Well, he might be, we'll have to see if he uses his video. We might be able to check on that. Today's B3 forced, I don't know what that means. I don't know what your username means, dude. Joel Davis versus, okay. I'm sorry, sir. But please do not reveal people's identities in the chat. I don't know who you are on Discord, but please don't blow up people's spots who do not want to be blown up. I have already banned people for that. Red Ogre says C. So Red Ogre is voting for C. I've seen Red Ogre about. Red Ogre has just brought the C count to 16. Y voters hate fun. Sense versus Yen. Cromwell is to Ken as Japan is to US. There needs to be a time limit on this voting. Well, we'll see. We'll see how long the stream can go, right? We've only been going for an hour. This isn't that long. Cromwellian Presbyterianism is anti-fun. Whether you're wrong or not, Cromwell isn't addressing Ken constructively. His behavior has been a drag on the quality of the channel. So we've got some pretty big brains in the chat saying they don't like Cromwell. And they're voting with their brains tonight, folks. They're voting with their brains, and it's pretty dangerous. It's currently tied 16-16. Cromwell fought against the Presbyterians. Rhetoric better than statistics. Thanks for watching my movie. Fourth density, you're bringing down the immaculate quality of this channel, known for such thing as the Ballad of Joseph O. Biden. What is C versus Y, says Quantrell. Okay, Quantrell, let me scroll up in my little document here, and I'll explain it to you. X equals if Cromwell, the vote for X, which nobody has chosen. Nobody wants to see Cromwell banned. X means we ban Cromwell now and forever, banish him to the British Isles, never engage with him again. He is forever banished. No one is voting for that. Y, if you vote Y, that means Cromwell comes on the channel tonight for at least 5 minutes of his time. 5 minutes on this YouTube channel. Through Discord, we have a conversation, either with his face or without his face, but his voice on this channel for 5 minutes, and if he doesn't do that, then he is banned. And so then it switches over to the X, basically. C is we keep him around until the joke gets old. So C, people are saying he's still funny, he's entertaining, we like having him around, and so we're voting C. So Quantrell Bishop, with that information, think about it, because you could be the tiebreaker. It's currently 16-16. You could be the tiebreaker that really has a huge impact in the future of this channel. And this crisis, this coronavirus quarantine, everyone is fanatical in their own camps. The Y camp, the C camp. You know, I guess the what would the X camp be? The X camp would be like the Tulsi Gabbard campaign. I think C for Cromwell, I think, is Bernie, and Y is Joe Biden, I think, spiritually speaking. Jacob says, where was Cromwell during the writing of the Westminster Confession of Faith? John Master says, what was the question? The question is, are we going to ban Cromwell outright? That's X. Are we going to ban him if he doesn't come on tonight for 5 minutes? That's Y. Or are we going to keep him around until the joke gets old because it's still funny? That's C. So those are your three options. We got to decrease the size. The list just keeps growing on and on. Okay. Peter says, I love Cromwell, want to see him shine. Cromwell says he wasn't a clergyman. It was before he came to power. Tazzlewack votes Y. I've never seen Tazzlewack before, but Tazzlewack is not appreciating the degradation of quality on this channel. Tazzlewack has voted Y. FBI says, Cromwell man good. And Cromwell says, thanks, Peter. You've always supported me. Yes, Lanham was a gent we talked through his movie career together before he played the bagpipes. R1B read Norded Supremacy. Cromwell has criticized my flowing hair for the last time. X. Oh my goodness. Pessimistic idealism has changed his vote to the X. He is officially in it for Tulsi. He is going for the X vote tonight. Okay. That's a harsh vote, but, you know, you can't take away. That's a delegate for Tulsi right there. Quantrell Bishop is voting Y. Quantrell Bishop, a classic viewer of the channel, voting Y tonight. And by the way, so apparently we just added Quantrell Bishop, but we took out pessimistic idealism. So Y's remain at 16, X's are at 1, and C's are also at 16. John Masters votes Y. That brings up the Y's to 17 with John Masters. 17 for Y. Then we look at... Interesting story. I'm changing my vote to Y. Give me a taste tonight. Yeah, we're just asking for a taste. We're asking for 5 minutes of Cromwell on the clock. That's 300 seconds. 300 seconds of his time is all we're asking for. If you vote Y and the Y's win, then he gets banned if he doesn't give us 300 seconds of his time. So Henry Benjamin has changed his vote from C to Y, which is going to take away one of the C votes, bring it down to 15, and bring up the Y's to 18. So Y is definitely having a strong lead right now. Let's see. What does Cromwell have to say? Is this going to be some debate? I don't know what it's going to be. Cromwell says it's 39 in the morning. 39 minutes past midnight. Change my vote to X, Kenneth. All right, Edward Ross is in it for Tulsi. Let's see, where is Edward Ross in this list of people? Edward, here he is. He's changed his vote from C to X. That's a pretty strong change, but X now has 2 votes. That's taken away one of the C's. They're down to 14. C's are not doing too hot right now. Y is at 18, says Napoleon's Egypt. Yeah, the democratic process is a hoot. I love this stuff. This is better than sports. I could watch this all day. OTOS 137 shows some dedication. What does that mean? Y is my final vote, says FBI. So FBI has changed his vote from C to Y. This caucus is on fire right now. So the C's have dropped down to 13, and the Y's have just brought up to 19. So remember, Y is, if he does not, I'll say, if he does not come on for 300 seconds before this stream ends, ban him. Any forbidden words for Cromwell? All the words that are banned normally. Basically, he can't swear. He cannot call people slurs against gay people. He can't do any of that. If he does that, then I have to kick him because I don't want my channel to be undermined. Cromwell says, I vote C. Okay, Cromwell has changed his vote from Y to C. So that is a dramatic turn of events. The Ys are now down to 18, and the Cs are up to 14. Still not a very good position for the C's to be in, but it does give them a much needed boost. Napoleon's Egypt is voting Y. Now, if Napoleon's Egypt is who I think he is, he's a very old viewer of the channel, and he is voting Y, so that brings the Ys back up to 19. That's a pretty high vote count, if I do say so myself. 35 seconds in, and he says a no-no word. Yeah, that's probably going to happen. If that happens, of course, he is banned. You can't decide your own fate, Cromwell. Yes, I can, and I will. Well, everyone gets a vote, even Cromwell. Cromwell is a citizen. He is a part of our global democracy. Flowing Hair Cavaliers voting X. Give me a crumb. Give me a scrumptious little crumb. Roundhead C's. Peter, I thought you were a C. Why are you calling yourself a roundhead? Where is Peter? Is he a Y or is he a C? Oh, he's a Y. I thought he was a C. I thought Peter was a big C supporter. Providence is acting through us, my Ys. Sorry, Cromwell. This channel has been infected by democracy. I can easily talk for 5 minutes, but I'm not going to do it. It's a matter of principle. I demand a show. You should talk to Ken, Crommy. You know, just like Cromwell, he's trying to inflate his importance by blue-balling all of us. But I'm trying to end this charade. I'm saying you give me 300 seconds of your time, or you're banned, because I don't have time for it anymore. The quality of the channel is suffering. The people are clamoring. They want an end to this teasing. They want it now. They want instant gratification. And Cromwell, you are not giving it to them. He says, I'm happy to get banned by people who are slothful, greedy, and lack patience. Edward says, related to barring 5 minutes of discussion. Cromwell is an egregore of the chat with no physical body and can't be captured by electronic instruments. Well, he's already said his piece on a stream before. He already chatted to me, so he definitely can be captured. Get on the stream. I promised a great event. You don't have to earn every minute. 5 minutes don't come free. Change your vote back, please. I promised a great event. Okay, so he's just quoting Cromwell. Just 300 seconds. Give us a little taste of the April 1st debate. Cromwell says, I'm happy to give... Okay, we're just posting Cromwell quotes. I changed my vote. Cromwell has made a mockery of the democratic process. Oh man, Spacetime DCR has changed his vote to X. So Spacetime DCR is in it for Tulsi. Now let's see, where was Spacetime? Spacetime used to be a Y. So we'll take one away from the Ys, make that 18. Now we got 3 for the X's. So, you know, you insulted Tulsi. You said she couldn't win, but she's getting her delegates. I'm a communist. I'm a Y vote communist. Okay, says Jacob. I think Jacob, yep, Jacob's a Y. I changed my vote to Y, Kenneth. Camille, one of the first of the C voters, has changed to Y. I think, in fact, in my opinion, why does it say bingo? Oh, it just had to update there. That's silly. Camille has changed to Y, so that brings the C voters down to 13, brings the Y voters up to 19. Tomas votes X. That's pretty harsh. Pretty harsh, Tomas, but Tomas is in the X camp at this point. Let's see. Peter says switching to C as a last-minute betrayal to Ken's absolutism. Plus, I heard he's going to bring in some high-skilled workers. Oh, geez. Yeah, so Peter has changed to C. Peter has gone over to the C camp, which takes one away from the Y voters. So they're back down to 18, while the C voters are back up to 14. Still not a good position to be in if you're a C voter, but better than nothing, I suppose. Let's drag that down a little bit. Farzin P, we are Cromwell's deplorables. I was promised a spectacle. Give me a nibble, a wee nugget, a tiny tongueful, please, Cromwell. Give us a show, Cromwell. Thank you to all my friends who voted C. Please join the link. Slap yours on the table, Cromwell. If Kendall runs away, we can always give Aardvark another ring-a-ding. He's calling people baboons. Watch your handbag. Imagine if when Socrates was put on trial, all he had to do to not be executed was talk for 5 minutes. Yeah, very true. I changed to X. Cromwell is now boring, says Mr. Elsmore. So Mr. Elsmore has changed to an X. That's pretty harsh. So the Y's are down to 17, and the X's are up to a total of 5. Wait, what is that Bingo Bongo song? It's a good song. How many X's to end this now? If we get a majority of X's, he's going to be banned outright. John Smith says C. John Smith, I believe a longtime viewer of the show, if I'm not mistaken. John Smith is voting C tonight. That brings the count up to 15 for the Cromwellites, the Cromwellians. You're a big, tough guy, Cromwell. You're very powerful and so smart. Reveal 0.0001% of your power level, and Kenneth will rue the day he put you in this situation. Manu Chayo Bingo Bongo. Vote C and I'll give you a real show come April 1st. I want to be trusted. That's all I've ever wanted in life. Oh, that's kind of sad. That is kind of sentimental and sad. We have reached the end of the chat, though, and so we are going to do our final count of the votes. With 5 votes for X, we had Pessimistic Idealism, Edward Ross, Spacetime DCR, Tomas, and Elsmore. We're going to count up the C's now. For the C's, we had Cromwell, Bruce Bogtrotter, Bingo Babingo, Random, Rodion, Aero Monric, Fourth Density, Oxylus, Randy Lentz, Kenneth Brown, Michael Pemulis, William Zimmerman, Red Ogre, Peter, and John Smith. So that in total is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 votes for C. Now down here to the Y's, we had Camille, Napoleon's Egyptian, FBI, Henry Benjamin, John Masters, Quantrell Bishop, Tazelwhack, Jacob Charles, Tomas, Laugh Track, Menthol Gold, Farzin, Hippocratic, Connor Mill, Rattle, Staff of Ra, and Insulin Pet, which gives us a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. So I actually undercounted. That's 18 in total for the Ys. So if there are no further votes in this caucus, that is going to be the end of it. Let's check in. Aero Monric says X if you stop doing news. So Aero Monric does not want current events. He wants an X. So that's going to bring up 6 for the X's. Aero Monric has changed his vote from C to X. So he's voted on the condition that I don't cover the news anymore. Is that a promise I'm willing to make? Well, this coronavirus has pretty much played itself out. It's dominating the news cycle, and there's pretty much nothing to talk about with the primaries anymore. So there's really nothing going on new in the news. It's pretty much just a continuation of things that we already know about. So I think that's a reasonable thing. I think if people vote X, I don't think we're going to cover current events anymore. I think we're just going to cover evergreen content, long-term trends, things of that nature. So when I say current events, I mean things that have happened in the last week or the last month. From now on, we won't cover coronavirus. We won't cover the primary. We won't cover any of that. We'll just talk about, big abstract sociological, historical events. We'll read Edgar Allan Poe, finally, things like that. So I think I can make that campaign promise to Era Monric. Connor Mill is voting X. I believe Connor Mill has already voted, if I'm not mistaken. Connor, let's see where you are in this list. I see. Connor Mill has changed from a Y to an X. This is like the situation where someone has a heart attack and suddenly Tulsi is back in the game. So Connor Mill has voted X. Jacob Dodson says Communist versus Stewart Arts. Camille says, I changed my vote to C. Camille, ever the fickle Camille. Whoops. Apologies. Camille has changed from Y to C. Back up here. And that brings these guys over to 15, bringing the Ys down to 16. Oh man, I'm biting my nails here at these last minute changes. I would change to X, but it would decrease the Y count relative to C. So we have a tactical vote coming from Farzin. Farzin does not want to see the Ys lose out. He understands that if he votes X, if he votes third party, then his second choice candidate is not going to win. So we have some strategic two-party voting here. Hippocratic Oath says, X, I've had enough of the Roundheads. Change my vote to Flowing Hair Cavaliers. Okay, so that's Hippo. Hippo is changing from a Y to an X. So the X's are making a comeback in the 9th hour, the 11th hour, whatever hour this is. The C's and the Y's are now neck and neck. Napoleon's Egypt, I changed to X, says Napoleon's Egypt. So Napoleon's Egypt leading the charge here away from the Y's over to the X's. The X's now have 9, incredibly enough, whereas these guys over here, the Y's only have 14. So now the C's are technically in the lead once again. Laugh Track Editor says, I changed my vote to an X. If Cromwell does anything significant on April 1st, one of us will probably hear about it regardless of whether he's banned or not. No point in holding our breaths. Okay, so Laugh Track is changing. Whoops. Laugh Track. Oh, geez. This is the problem when you're reading Edgar Allan Poe in the same document that you're doing the vote counting. Laugh Track has taken one away from the Y's, put them down to 13, brought one up to the X's, brought them up to 10. The X's have just achieved the double digits. They are now a viable candidate. They could perhaps even overcome the Y's. Should we all change to X, says Staff of Ra? Oh, we'll see. Edward Ross says, Cromwell changed his vote to Y when it was tied and really counted. He's obviously too anxious to debate. He'll likely be too anxious to debate by the end of the month. Cromwell says, I could talk for 5 minutes, but I'm not going to do it. I want people to trust me. Insulin Pet has changed his vote to X. Insulin Pet has gone from a Y voter to an X voter. And that little shift there is going to take the Y's down to 12 and bring the X's up to 11. Fourth density, every monkey like to be in my place instead of me because I'm king of the bongo, baby. I'm king of the bongo bong. Edward Ross, let's scroll up here. Edward Ross says he changed it to C when it would have had no effect on the final account. Why do you deserve trust? Nice plead. Again, thank you who voted for C. Ignore the haters. X's are just extreme Y's. Cromwell, the lol cow. Just chant the Holy Quran. I'm buying a cheap ticket to Manchester to join the Cromwellian vanguard. Please do. Antics are antics. In real life, I'm far more polite. The brain-dead nationalist vanguard. It was the I just want to be trusted that made me change back to C. So an emotional appeal really tugged at Camille's heartstrings. We have to make it a tie. LOL. Pay-per-views are pay-per-views, but there's no hard feelings. I would still buy Kenneth a drink after defeating him and encourage him to join our cause. Well, he is a He is kind of like a barbarian. He's like a Viking barbarian. You know, you're gonna battle to the death, and if he beats you, he'll buy you a drink. But you're dead, so he's gonna kind of pour the beer on your face lovingly. That's the kind of guy that Cromwell is. Fourth density is voting X. So let's see. Fourth density was previously a C. Fourth density is now an X. That's, again, a dramatic shift. I don't see why you would go from C to X, but apparently Cromwell has been grating on Mr. Fourth Density's ears. So we're now at 12, 14, 12. This is a real three-party race here. Press 1 to switch your Y to X, says Menthol Gold. So Menthol Gold, previously a Y, Menthol Gold is now an X. So that means we've got 13 X's and only 11 Y's. Charles says, I changed my vote to X. So Charles is going from a Y to an X. This is getting dangerous for Cromwell. This is getting very dangerous. Now we've got X's and C's neck and neck. Okay, what's this stream about? Oh, hey Hector, how you doing? So this stream is about a man named Cromwell. Cromwell is a proletarian Christian nationalist. He worships the bowels of Christ, which you probably are not a fan of. And there are three choices in our Democratic voting caucus tonight. It's a caucus, meaning we hold up cards with letters on them, and then you walk over to the corner of the room, and then we have a second vote and a third vote. It's a very confusing process, but basically, if you vote X, that means I ban Cromwell right now and forever, forevermore, and give him no chance to debate, don't entertain him, and we stop talking about coronavirus, and we stop talking about the Democratic primary, we stop talking about current events, and we just focus on perennial topics and philosophy and history and sociology and those things that people really love. We're going to increase the quality of the channel. We're going to stop covering these stupid things just to get views and excitement and memes. We're going to become a serious channel again. So that's a vote for X, which probably will appeal to you, Hector. Now, a C vote is we keep Cromwell around because he's funny and he's promising to debate me on April 1st if I don't ban him. Now, a Y vote is making an ultimatum to Cromwell, saying if you do not come on the stream for 300 seconds, that's 5 minutes of your time, 300 seconds tonight, then you are banned, but it's an ultimatum. So there is a difference between the X and the Y vote. Those are the three options. Currently, X has 14 votes, C has 14 votes, and Y has only 10 votes. So let's take a look at what Staff of Ra is saying. I changed to X, says Staff of Ra. Staff of Ra is changing from a Y vote to an X vote. So that's going down to 9 for Staff of Ra, boosting up the X to 15. If someone from X doesn't, if these numbers don't shift pretty soon, Cromwell's about to be banned. So this is a do or die moment for Team Cromwell. Menthol, please do not interfere in the election. X, please, says Farzan P. Farzan has just changed his vote to X, bringing the Ys down to a pitiful 8 votes, boosting the X's up to a very powerful lead of 16 votes. The stream is about whether Forkbeard should debate Kenneth. Well, I think he should debate me. He just doesn't want to do it tonight. He wants to do it on April 1st. He wants to suck viewers from the channel. He wants to troll the stream. So Tazzlewack is voting X. Tazzlewack has changed from Y to X. It's an exciting caucus, guys. This is democracy in action right here. So I think the X's are up to 17 and the Y's are down to 6, or is that 7? I think that's still 7. All right. Infighting within the Y party is what's going to force Cromwell to debate. I changed my vote to Q for the Quran. So Camille has voted Q, which is an inadmissible ballot. So that subtracts 1 from the C's, brings them down to 3. Camille wants me to vote Q for the Quran. If we do get a majority of Q votes, I will in fact read the Quran tonight. And I will read as many pages in the Quran as votes we get for the Quran. So that is that's a late Bloomberg vote. That is a Bloomberg-style candidacy coming into the caucus late after so many people have voted. Bloomberg coming in with the Q vote for the Quran. That is going to be exciting. We'll see what happens with Camille. If Camille is able to do enough internet advertising, maybe spam the link on random image boards and get people to vote Q. Maybe go to like an Islamic forum or something in an Islamic chat room and spam the stream link, and maybe you could get some Qs on your side there. Can't tell if history is on the X side. Yeah, American history, X. Alhamdulillah. What's up, Kraka? What's up, dog? Give us 30 seconds, Cromwell. 2x, my brothers. 2x. It has to be 300 seconds. It has to be 5 minutes. I have no idea what's happening. No one's explaining it to me. I just explained it. Going from C to X indicates that people are laughing at Cromwell and enjoy toying with him. Let's see. History was on the side of either X or Y. It is the free will of humans that is growing the X party. Is Cromwell really fork-beard? Yes, says Henry Benjamin. The latter is a complete nut job. X is the logical progression of Y doctrine. It could be so. I think Cromwell in the Gebserian system, I think Cromwell is the magical consciousness structure. Y is the mythic consciousness structure, and then X is the mental consciousness structure. We already debated him in Discord. He was a complete psycho. I wish I heard that. I wish people had a recording of that. I'd love to listen. The King, Charles I, has spoken. Under the sign of the cross, vote X and defeat the Roundheads. Hippocratic oath, voting X. Is that? Yep, that's already counted. Vote C, Deus Vult, says Rodion. Rodion voting C as a martyr. William I votes Y. Has William already voted? William, have you already voted? William I. William I has not voted. We have a late voter, folks. We have someone who's been standing in the lines for 5 hours in these long lines, and he's coming out as a Y voter. And now we're going to ask you, William, was it worth it to wait all that time just to vote Y? He was a complete derailer for the perennialists. Yeah, that's why this will be entertaining. Also, Ken has a big old smiley on his face. It's worth it. Well, who knows why I'm smiling? Maybe I'm smiling because I have an excuse now to ban Cromwell. Hector is voting Y. So Hector gives us a Y. The late voters seem to be jumping on board the Y train. That seems to be how it is. First you vote Y, then after you stick around for a while, you switch over to X. Yo, what dis? Hey, big male, how's it doing? So today we are deciding the fate of Cromwell in a Democratic caucus, and there are 3 choices. Number 1, you can vote X. X means that I vote Cromwell now and forever. No mercy, no forgiveness. He's just banned because he's derailing the channel. In addition, if you vote X, we will no longer cover coronavirus. We will no longer cover the primary. We will no longer cover current events. We will simply focus on what's important, which is sociology, history, religion, and perennial topics. If you vote Y, then what you're doing is you're demanding that Cromwell come on my show tonight for 300 seconds. If he does that, then he will not be banned. If he does not do that, then he will be banned. If you vote C, then you are voting to keep Cromwell around at least until April 1st, because that is when he has decided we should debate. Now, keep in mind that I'm busy on April 1st and I will not be able to debate with him, so that's a little factor you should keep in mind there, but there you go. Cromwell says, look, Kenneth, if you can beat me in debate come April 1st, I will bow down to you and give you my golden slipper. I can only deliver my best. If that isn't enough, I can only say, grats, you were the better man. A coy thing for Cromwell to say. Eromanrik is not a fan of Muslims, apparently. Pessimistic idealism leading the charge against Cromwell. That's true. Pessimistic idealism. People hate on him, but he is a thought leader. He is a mover and a shaker. He was the one who broke from the crowd. You know, the herd mentality. The two-party system. I think I will vote either C or Y. No. Pessimistic idealism. He was a trailblazer. He was a maverick. And he said, I'm going to vote X. And no one believed in him. And people made fun of his hair. But then what happens? Now X is the biggest category. So it just goes you to show that pessimistic idealism has he has power, he has strength, he has that priestly energy to lead the masses. Jacob says, I have redacted multiple times. Quantrell says, shameless April Fool's stunt. I'm not a Mark Cromwell. Kenneth, I've changed my vote to X. Oh boy, Quantrell Bishop going from Y down to X. So the Y votes only have 8. The X votes up to 18, which is previously where the Ys are. So that's a pretty strong lead. Cromwell, come on and say hello, but remain silent for the remainder of the time, will be pleased. No, Cromwell has to answer, like, we have to have a back and forth. He can't just come on and be silent. He could be doing that now, technically, if that's what the agreement was. So we have to have a dialogue for 300 seconds. Otherwise, he's banned. Hector Quinn changes his vote to X, which I predicted. I predicted this. Did I not predict this? Am I not a great, what would I be? I would be Nate Silver in this example. I'm a Nate Silver type. Don't believe Ken's lies, he'll never read Poe. I will eventually read Poe. It's only going to take me like 5 minutes, too. It's a pretty short story. X is to ban Cromwell. Y is to have Cromwell debate now or be banned. X is ban Cromwell outright. And C is to keep him around. Not really impartial by saying Hector should probably vote X. Who said I had to be impartial? Dude, I'm Donna Brazil. I'm giving Hillary all the answers. I'm voting for the establishment. This is not a fair contest by any means. I don't blame you. I was mean to you, so you should lead the charge against me. A warrior's understanding there. C is keep. Big Male says C. The big male has spoken, and Big Male is voting C. The C needs desperately some votes right now, so that's going to be a big help for C. Camille says, please vote Q. Y voters, please make a case for X voters to change their vote. Cromwell has a huge brain. He should just pop in for a sweet 30 seconds. Well, if he does that, he'll still be banned because the ultimatum is 300 seconds, Cromwell. 300 seconds is all I'm asking for of dialogue back and forth. I say, hey, how are you doing? He says, oh, I'm doing quite well. How's the weather over there in northern England? Oh, it's doing just swell. How are you doing? Oh, I'm doing good. We got a coronavirus. We just go back and forth like that for 300 seconds. Doesn't have to be substantive. Doesn't have to be a debate. Doesn't have to be anything. He just has to share his sweet Cromwell-y goodness with us for 300 seconds. Q Bismillah. Okay, Random just changed his vote to Q. Oh boy, that is an exciting development. So Random was previously a C voter. He is now a Q voter. So that is down to 13. He is joining Camille. The Q voters now have 2 votes. Heinrich Zemo says C, though I would prefer a competition in feats of strength in lieu of a debate. Well, if Cromwell is going to show his face, I can get out some weights. He can get out some weights, and we can do a lift-off. We can see who does more pull-ups, perhaps. Something like that. But Heinrich Zemo is voting C, which I think brings these guys up to 14 again. Q is tempting, says Menthol Gold. Q. I vote Q, says Jacob. Jacob is going for the Q tonight. So Jacob's switching over from a Y to a Q. The Ys are pretty much dying out here. The Qs now have 3 votes. We've seen this one before. It's now a 4-party race. This is like when you had Biden, Biden, Bloomberg, Warren, and Bernie. This is that stage of the contest. I vote P for Poe. Space-time voting for Poe wants me to read Poe right here, right now. So space-time changing from an X to a P. P stands for Poe. And we'll see if that gains any traction here. This is getting to be a pretty long... now we have 5 political parties. This is almost a European election at this point. Which minuses 1 from the X, so they're brought down to 18. I'm going to have to recount these once we get... once the chat slows down. You're a good-looking guy, the whole Bieber thing. I have to scroll up. Give me a second here. Give me just one moment. I gotta scroll up. You're a good-looking guy, Cromwell says to pessimistic idealism. The whole Bieber thing is just a joke. You dress up pretty well too. He really lays on the honey. He really knows how to butter you up. FBI has changed his vote to Q, everybody. Let it be known that the Y party is dying out and being replaced by the Q party. So Q now has 4 votes. That's enough to win a delegate. Head removal squad is taking the lead, X. So Hippo was already in X. William the First is going for Y. William the First. Okay, well, you can't vote twice, William, so thank you for repeating your vote. People don't think I'm tracking the votes. It's on the screen. I'm tracking the votes. You can't fool me. I can literally see your votes. So don't try to vote twice. I can see through that. Okay. This is just like the sacrificial cults of old. Maybe. I think actually the sacrificial cults of old did not have democratic voting. I think they had like schizophrenic mass consensus. Bingo Babongo votes for X. Bingo is changing from a C to an X. Bingo Babongo. Which hits the C's pretty hard, brings the X's up to 19, brings the C's down to 13. We will build the most beautiful mosques. Pitchforks have risen. Why is that? Didn't I ban this world already? I don't know why it's not banned. Let's be honest. You're either hot or cold. There's no middle ground. The people demand blood. Nunos Celtica votes C. Now, I don't think Nunos has voted before, so that's a boon to the C. C is up to 14. Deliver onto them the spectacle of death. Please vote Q, people. This will be seen as a good deed by Allah, inshallah. I want to vote C out of pity for Cromwell, but I don't want to jeopardize the quality of the stream. He obviously isn't interested in debate at all, but he just wants the love of the people. Well, okay, Edward Ross, that's not a vote, but thank you for the paragraph. AV, which is 2 letters, votes for the X party. So I don't think AV has voted before, so that's a new vote for the X party, bringing them up to 20 votes, a whopping 20. Carnunos Celtica votes C and Y. Okay, C and Y, which is a fusion party. The C and Y party takes one away from the C party. We have a fusion party called the C and Y party. Okay. Well, I don't think you're going to get much traction with that, Carnunos, but that's your vote. Chapter 1, Surah 1, in the name of God, the gracious, the merciful, praise be to God, Lord of the worlds, the most gracious, the most merciful, master of the day of judgment. If Ken reads this, Q wins. Interesting. Voting Q is very tempting. Vater das Vaterlands votes Q. So we've got a new voter voting Q. The Q party now has enough votes to win a 5-vote count. Onion Hat says, I vote X, no mercy, banish the distractor, says Onion Hat. Oh boy, Onion Hat has voted for X. I think Onion Hat is a new voter as well. So Onion Hat has brought the vote count to 21. That's a pretty harsh lead. William the First is voting X, so William the First has just changed his count from Y, bringing the Y's down to 4, bringing the X's up to 22. Oh boy. All right. And then we have Edward Ross. Your vote should come down to whether you want Ken's content to change. Ken promising to make the channel great again. Think, people. Carnunos votes C. Okay. All right, Carnunos, we'll add you back to the C party. Your vote was a misspelling, so it wasn't counted, as so often happens in these caucuses. But we'll add you back to the C. Zarathustra, let's get them C's up. Why does Cromwell have a wrench? You haven't been around. He's been posting his Discord link. Things have been happening. You gotta catch up. He also has messaged me on Discord saying, you promised me a red carpet. Instead, you run away with your rigged pole garbage where you clearly had an edge. I was lucky to come as close as I did, but I don't blame you for running away. You got a whiff of the fact I'm the real deal. I'll forgive you someday, though. You're not the first to run away from me. So he's posting some DMs to me. Let's see, who dislikes pessimistic man in the name of Allah? May his mouth be shut. I'm still thinking about that apple. Wow, just thinking about it again. Oh my god, I'm having several layers of revelation. The apple and its many features that define its appleness. Wow. Kenneth split C and Y categories into two categories so they couldn't stand a chance against his favored position of X, ignoring Cromwell. At first, X was losing, so I don't think that's necessarily true. 44 views, anti-centrist votes Y. Very appropriate for a man named anti-centrist to vote for the Y party. Bring that up to 5. Thing is, Y is the perfect compromise. There's some principled... Y is like the Libertarian Party. Do you understand? Y is like the Libertarians. This list is getting fairly long here, though. So Cromwell now has the hots for me. He's trying to repent. Will it work? Camille Q is the Jeb vote. I am the dark side of Kenneth, says Cromwell. A 6-minute discussion could sway some ex-voters. Would Cromwell be willing to offer that, though? So far, I'm not willing to raise the limit to 5 minutes. I think 5 minutes is reasonable. I'm not going to change it to 6 minutes. But Cromwell could negotiate that if he wanted to. Cromwell is Kenneth's nemesis. My suggestion is the reason X will win. A 6-minute discussion would change people to X. Slow but steady. Bingo Babingo has changed his vote to Q. Let's see. Bingo Babingo has changed from the X party to the Q party. Oh boy. So Q now has 6 votes, which brings it up to greater than the Y party, and that brings X down to 21. What is Q? Q means ignore the infidels and read the Quran. That is what Q means. Stop bothering with this heathen infidel stuff and just read the Quran. Inshallah. Mashallah. Q. Fourth density. Abandoning Cromwell and going for the Q party. Q party making rapid gains in strength here. It's taking from all parties, the X's, the Y's. The Q party is sort of like the Andrew Yang coalition. They get a little bit of Republicans, a little bit of Democrats. Okay, Q is reading the Quran tonight. Hector, I remember him threatening to kill anybody who disagreed with him. Why is this poll still going on? Just bring on Quantrell Bishop. I will talk to Quantrell Bishop if he wants to message me. Turning point, you're probably right. Is Q to bring on Quantrell? No, Q is to read the Quran. Q vote is for Arabic letters. Okay, let's scroll back up and take a look. There's a lot of things going on here. The Qs will die. Hey, Chris, Q is for the Quran. Forkbeard did act like a crazy person. I vote QB to bring on Quantrell. Okay. Well, Chris Alton is voting QB, which is for Quantrell Bishop to come on my channel. And now, I don't know if Quantrell Bishop will actually do that. That's just a request. I don't think Chris Alton has Chris voted before? Nope, that's a new vote. Why should I change my vote to Q? Forkbeard has a pretty peasant-like English accent. I could probably subvert the whole party, make Q be a category. I demand it. Well, there you go. Amsterdromed votes Q. So we've definitely got some Dutch Muslims in the chat voting for Q. 8 votes for the Q party. I respect manners. Q, okay. Peter changes his vote from C to Q, bringing the C's down to 13, and the Q's up to 9. Impressive, most impressive. I'm never changing mine. I vote Q, says Big Male. Big Male going from C over to Q. Man, as a Christian, I'm sure Cromwell is not enjoying the Q votes that are happening right now. All right, you're the... Okay, I'm not going to read. I don't know how these swear words... Oh, it's because he's a mod. He can say swears now. All right, so I'm not going to read that, Cromwell. Chris Alton votes QB. Chris Alton votes QB again and again and again. When do the polls close? The polls close... I don't know. When do the polls close? The polls close when the caucus is over. Have you guys ever done a caucus before? Don't you know? The caucus goes until the caucus goes. I vote QB, says Chris Alton. Voters are beginning to feel fatigued. Yeah, it is the party with the most endurance that will ultimately win. Is Q Quran or QAnon? It is for the Quran. We should set a time limit on voting. As Teddy Spaghetti would say, you're the biggest gamma of gammas out here. I don't know who Teddy Spaghetti is. But let's see. If we add up all the votes, we've got 1 for QB, 1 for Poe, 10 for Quran, 20 for X, 12 for C, and 5 for Y. So if you add up all those together, you get 14 plus 5 is 19, plus 30 is 49. So we've got 49 votes in the chat. If you get a majority, that is, if you get 25 votes, you will have a majority of the delegates and you will win, and that's when it will be over. Until then, the convention must go on. As you know, you guys know the DNC convention rules, don't you? How am I not interested in this debate? Even Kenneth can tell how much work I've put into this guy. LeBron Thompson votes for an X. So LeBron Thompson coming in for the X party, giving that party a 21 vote advantage. Y'all X people got to mix it up a little. XX means kisses. XXX means kiss me with tongue. Big Male votes XXX. But is that a real vote from Big Male? I think that is. I think Big Male is a big fan of the XXX. So we will put Big Male founding a new party based off the philosophy of Hector Quinn. Big Male starting the XXX party. X is a product of the formalist critique. XXXX means coitus. Everyone join C and Y party. Okay, so Carunos Celtica again votes for the C and Y party, which is a fusionist party. He previously abandoned that party out of pragmatic consideration, but he's rejoined this fusionist Q and Y party. So we'll see if he holds on to his principles there in that fusionist party. They brought on some idiots from Discord, old haters of mine who I've defeated in debate to vote X. You should be ashamed of yourselves. Let us all escape to the uncertainty. Let us escape the uncertainties of politics into Poe's rich tales of mystery and the macabre. Vote P, says Space Time. Staff of Raw brought his friends on here just to vote, which is why Kenneth should have had a time limit on this poll, but I think he knew it would happen. This would happen anyway. You were paraphrasing the NSDAP in that surfer. You said you believe in family and property, which is the same thing as blood and soil. P, the vote of refinement, says Spacetime. Cromwell posting his Discord. Can we make a soft X party? I want him gone, but he can come back if he has a discussion. Okay, Charles is founding the Soft X party. Soft X. It is a new party. It is the alt-light of the X party. Man, there's a lot of parties going on here. This is complicated. No idea what you're talking about. Just go away, man. Quit breaking everything you touch. I changed my vote to soft X. If you're Forkbeard, that's definitely what you did. I am a centrist little X. So Laugh Track Editor changing his vote to little X, the little X party, sister party of the soft X party. And then we've got, I'm not the dude who yelps about private property rights. To be honest, this whole thing is just feeding Forkbeard's disturbed narcissism. The dude isn't even smart. X means X. I don't think that's a vote, though. I'm surprised everyone can't see that you just came here to vote X. Soft X. Got to scroll up a little bit more to see what's going on. Soft X, what an abortion of a concept. Inshallah, my brothers, a vote for Q is a vote for paradise. I have no idea who Forkbeard is, says Cromwell. I've been pretty consistent in my argument. Property has never been my rallying call. Do I seem like a TFP Catholic type to you? My name is Cromwell. Menthol votes Q. Is that already... Was Menthol already in the Q party, or is he switching over? Menthol Gold votes for the Q party. That brings the X's down to 20 and brings them over to the Q's. Let's see. I'm Ron Paul over here. This is the worst Christian stream ever. Is the Cromwell experience degrading the quality of this channel? Spends the next 2 hours counting votes. Well, if I could just get a simple majority of 25 for any one of these categories, it would be over. But the convention drags on. People are, what is the term, when you stand up in front of Congress and you waste time? They're doing whatever that is. Weird how people vote X. Maybe you shouldn't go on stream, and maybe you should go on stream, prove you aren't Forkbeard. This vote wasn't my decision. There would have been a much more constructive way to go about this than to give it to a bunch of idiots just hopping on the stream to vote X. I build this movement Q gang. Does the Q party have a firm position on the Cromwell question? Well, Camille founded the party, so you're going to have to ask Camille. If Q wins, Cromwell must only chant in Arabic. Interesting idea. I don't really care to prove anything except the fact that I don't appreciate people lying about my views. Ken knows that I'm no property rights guy. Get on the Q train. Q is such a sellout move. I changed my vote to Q. Xers have a negative morality. They need to affirm something. Mashallah, we will succeed. So Henry has changed his vote. He was actually a Y voter. He is now a Q voter. So we're going to have 10 votes for the Q party. The Y voters have just lost their delegate. They're down to 4 votes. Teddy Spaghetti is Vox Day. We need voter ID laws, says Peter. Yeah, just vote Q for Cromwell. Or Q, he's telling Cromwell to vote Q. Call me Abdullah because I sell out. Whoever votes C tonight, please join my Discord, says Cromwell. Votes for Q show how little people care about you getting banned. Q is the positive form of X, says Menthol. Q is the ultimate compromise. Everyone wins because everyone hears the word of God. X gon' give it to ya. He gon' give it to ya. Staff of Ra brought on his Discord pals so I can't win this rigged poll that I never asked for, so just join my Discord link, says Cromwell. Logical progression of X is Q. Interesting. XXX Tension. Cromwell, if you agree right now to go on stream right now, Y will get big. Now, I think I'll impel people to vote Q instead, and maybe I'll come on just for fun. Oh, he's teasing us. Y is your only hope. The logical progression of Q is Y for Yahweh. Kenneth doing this stream as an elaborate mockery of the democratic process when he should be praying to Allah. No other God other than the Israeli God must prevail. Press Q to feel the love of God. When cardinals struggled to come to a decision regarding the election of a new pope, they took away their food, and then the decision was made quickly. Yes. I will align my party with the C party if they lose more votes. All these new parties, well, you could vote Q. I gotta scroll up here. Filibustering is what it's called. You could vote Q, make this a beautiful evening, shaking my head. Soft X party is like erectile dysfunction. It's on the tip of my tongue there. Soft X is just pretend to ban him. Soft X party is the Hegelian synthesis of Y and X. Look, Cromwell, I don't know if you're Forkbeard, but you definitely act in the same unhinged manner, which is reason enough for you to be banned since you don't contribute constructively. Knight of the Long Knives is voting X. Knight of the Long Knives does not like Forkbeard. Apparently, Forkbeard reminds him of a certain paramilitary leader. Crom, you have been making a bad case so far for the option highest chance of not banning you. XXX is a hard C party. We must switch Ken for Cromwell. Logical progression of X is Q. Everyone benefits from exploring new ideas. Learning about new things can be fun, inshallah. You make a good point. I vote soft X. So that's Napoleon's Egypt. Napoleon's Egypt is going for the soft X. That brings the X's down to 20. And the soft X's are now at 2 votes. If there are parties, there are presidents, therefore coalitions can be formed. If you do not allow for this, the election is illegitimate. I will allow for coalitions to be formed. We'll see. We're gonna start counting of the votes here. 2, 1, 4. Then we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Then we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. 18 for X. For C, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And for Y, we have 4. So if we add all that up together, we're going to add, let's see here. We will add 2 plus 1 plus 4 plus 11 plus 18 plus 11 plus 4. So all of that added up in total. Oh man, I need to go to Google. To do my calculation. All of that added up together equals 51. So 51 is the total vote count. If we can get 26 votes for one of the parties, then we will have a majority. Now, at that point, the vote will be decided. If we can't, for whatever reason, if no party can win 26 votes, then I suppose the voting will be over. Let's say if we have a time limit, let's say voting will be over in 30 minutes at maximum. So start the timer now. In 30 minutes, voting will be over. Specifically, I'll say in 26 minutes exactly. Roughly 30 minutes there. And if in 26 minutes there's no majority of 26 votes, then we will have coalition forming and bargaining. C is boring, Y is exiting. Soft X is basically C. You should elect your presidents. Press F for a fascist overthrow of this bourgeois charade. Spacetime votes X. So Spacetime has abandoned the P party and changed to F. Can we have a debate where viewers can advocate for their party? If someone wants to come on, and I will allow anyone to come on the channel right now, if people want to go into the Discord, I'll allow people to come on the channel where they can advocate for their party and make a little 5-minute speech for their party. All right, so it ends whenever you tell us the stream ends when Cromwell gets 5 minutes to show up before that or ban. Just ban him, have him go through the effort of making another account. Kenneth is trolling, guys. Of course he wants me to lose. That way he doesn't have to deal with me. The whole poll is a joke. Folks shouldn't take it seriously. Camille is the president of Q. Pessimistic Idealist is the president of X. Yep, that's true. Cromwell is president of C. Henry Benjamin is president of Y. Well, that can't be true because Henry Benjamin is part of the Q party. So that's not true, fourth density. I think John Masters is the president of the Y party. Time to start forming coalitions. That'll be interesting. Skexis fan votes X. So Skexis fan is coming in with an X. That brings it to 19 for the X party. Let's see. Anti-centrist is the president of Y. No, you're wrong again. John Masters is the president of Y. Cromwell, just show up and maybe it'll change some minds. X is a normie vote. Everyone from C. Let's scroll back up here. Everyone from C and everyone from Y join the C and Y party so we can get numbers. I don't know what that means, but that is the C and Y party. Vote Q to disrespect Cromwell. I've seen the light. I changed my vote to Q. So that's LeBron. LeBron Thompson changes his vote from X over to Q, bringing the X party down to 18. So that's another vote for the Q party. They're now up to 12, which is beating Cromwell. Camille and Cromwell need to form a coalition to take down X. Xers want Ken to end the stream. Qers love Ken and love Allah. This is not a meme. Erectile dysfunction is on the tip of my tongue. That is a quote by Hector Quinn of me. Very funny. Voting X while acknowledging that X is the normie vote is the true enlightened choice. Realizing the benefits of normiehood is the true pathway to escaping normiehood. What's this party time? Yes, we're having a caucus right now, Common Sense Philosophy. There are many parties. Let me explain them to you. Charles is president of the Soft X Party, which has 2 votes. Laugh Track is the president of the Little X Party. Now, the X Party in the mainstream is a party which advocates for the banning of Cromwell. Cromwell is someone who's been on my streams on my channel making all sorts of comments, but he's been refusing to debate me until April 1st. So X Party is to ban him. Soft X is a soft ban, and then Little X is a little ban. You have then the C and Y Party, which is a fusion of the C Party and the Y Party. The Y Party is a party which says, it puts an ultimatum to Cromwell and says, if you come on now onto the stream for 5 minutes, that's 300 seconds, you will not be banned. The Y Party currently has 4 votes. Caranus Celtica is the president of the C and Y Fusion Party. The C Party is let's keep Cromwell around till April 1st and see what happens. Hence, C Party. We're going to see what happens. So then you've got Big Male is president of the XXX Party. Chris Alton is president of the Quantrell Bishop Party. Time Space DCR is president of the Fascist Party. And each of them have 1 vote. Then you have the Q Party, which is a vote for reading the Quran. And I will read the Quran for however many pages, as many votes that you get. So right now, 12 votes would mean 12 pages. And the Q Party is led by Camille. Then you have the X Party, which is led by Pessimistic Idealism. We've talked about that as the banning party. C Party is led by Cromwell. That's the Cromwell Party. Keep it till April 1st. The Y Party is, as I've said before, has 4 votes. So that's the breakdown for you where we're at in the caucus right now. It's one of the biggest Democratic fields for the Democratic Party we've seen in a long time. There's like 18 candidates. It's a very diverse field. We've got women, we've got men, we've got people of color. It's a very diverse field. Kenneth is the ultimate parasite, says Cromwell, making a sham poll for a few hours to get more views through using my name than he could ever hope to do normally. And they say I degrade the quality. XQ Coalition, ? Says Jacob. I am this server, peace out. Cromwell has just left the server, apparently. Laugh Track Editor says X Variance Coalition. Henry says X and Q Coalition, ban Cromwell and celebrate with a reading of the Holy Quran, says Jacob. X and Q Coalition, banning Cromwell and reading the Quran. That is something that Camille is putting forth, and as president, Camille does have the authority to form that coalition. Of course, that coalition would also need the authority of Pessimistic Idealism, so we'll see if that coalition comes to fruition here. Allahu Akbar says Common Sense Philosophy. If you could be a parasite toward a parasite, why not? Henry Benjamin says W. Thank you for the W, which is not a political party, but it is a request for me to stay hydrated, which is important in these long caucuses. I gotta stay hydrated. The Soft X Party is the Christian way to treat Cromwell. Be a good Christian by kicking him, then being open to forgiveness, Deus Vult. says Charles. It's not unusual for a stream to pull 40 views. We must merge. Allah is one. Staff of Ra gives me another W. Thank you, Staff of Ra, for keeping me hydrated tonight. It is hard work to do this caucus, but democracy is an important institution. Let's take a break and see what Cromwell is DMing me. He says, I'm the one throwing you a bone here, so the moment I'm swimming in the limelight, remember the day you got me banned on here, pretending you were the big cheese. I'm willing to come on and advocating for the Soft X party, says a certain anonymous Discord user. So I don't know how long ago, I think that was 2 minutes ago. I'm going to start a video call and see if this guy decides to come on. I'm going to unmute myself and see if he appears. We'll see what happens. This person may or may not appear. I'm going for the moment to mute my desktop audio, and we'll see if this person appears in Discord for the Soft X party. Hello, Soft X party, can you hear me? You can, okay. Okay, so he cannot hear me. I can hear you, Soft X party. Yes. All right. I'm going to give him the floor for 1 minute.
Part is the way to go. And the reason why it is the way to go is because Cromwell is just like man here. Just like maybe a little bit more unhinged. But we should all be open to him coming back at any time, so long as he chooses to change his behavior. But because his behavior has been so terrible, he must be here and now. Vote today for the Soft X. You will not.
Okay, well that was the Soft X party there. I think the Soft X party's president has a pretty bad internet connection, but we won't hold that against the Soft X party. It's pretty clear that the Soft X party was the only party willing to actually come on Discord and share their reasons for voting Soft X. And to summarize, for those of you who couldn't understand with the bad internet, what the Soft X party was saying is that because of Cromwell's bad behavior, Cromwell must be banned, but there has to be forgiveness allowed so that it's not a permanent ban, but it is a temporary ban until Cromwell changes his views. Then Cromwell can be unbanned at some future point, dependent upon repentance and changing their views. So that's the Soft X party. Thank you, Soft X party, for coming in and sharing your views with us. Part of the democratic process, keeps our democracy strong. All right, so let's take a look at fourth density. Oh, Cromwell is beginning to ban people in the chat. I'm going to have to unmod Cromwell. Cromwell said that they were leaving and they've started to ban people. So I'm going to have to remove the moderator powers there. That is called election interference, my friend. I'll read out. Fourth density said presidents need to be delegated, then coalitions can be formed. We'll see about that. Alas, all Cromwell wanted was our love. G.E. Williams votes X. So a new voter here. G.E. Williams voting for the... Oh, my goodness. I almost just clicked away from the stream. That was extremely close. I almost just... Because I usually type things in the URL so I don't have to get the formatting. That was a scary one. So G.E. Williams... to bring it to 19. Jesus is God. Accept his blood for remission of sins or pay for them yourself. Edward Ross says a W. Thank you, Edward Ross. Peter has been... Man, a lot of people have been banned by Cromwell tonight. Where is Maldoror? I want to see what his party is. Probably no party. Pessimistic idealist literally formed the X party. Camille literally formed the Q party. Yeah, that's fair. I just got on what's going on. I think I already explained to you common sense philosophy. You're just going to have to go back and watch. Cromwell should be leader of C party. Yep, that's pretty self-evident. Scroll down here. Maybe my internet isn't as good as I thought it was. Scroll up, scroll up, scroll up. Oh boy, there's a lot of deleted. Cromwell was busy. Cromwell was busy while I was reading the chat here. I think Bruce was the OG X voter. That's possible, but he did switch his vote a lot. How is that practical? Are we playing Risk? Something. It's actually a caucus. It's very serious. I changed my vote to K to make Kenneth choose himself whether to ban Cromwell. Well, Edward Ross has just formed a new political party called the K Party, which says that I get to do whatever the heck I want to do, and we don't care about democracy anymore. So that is kind of like, that is the K Party right there. Did Cromwell rage quit? What happens to his votes? Do they become super delegates? Okay, someone create a good new party. Common sense. Vote Q for the blessed reading of the Holy Quran. In essence, we install a glorious leader who interprets and serves the proletarian class interest on our behalf. Cromwell create a coalition under the C and Y party. Fourth Density says, I'm creating the K party, which is the party of Livestream Kenneth cooking a delicious meal. Okay, so Fourth Density has joined the K party, but, and I will try to cook a delicious meal with what I have in the fridge. He's left the Q party and joined the K party, which he believes should be about cooking a delicious meal. Of course, Edward Ross might disagree with that. Edward Ross says it's do whatever I want. But that's the K party as it stands. They might have some internal division in the K party. I vote to ban Cromwell, says Common Sense Philosophy. So that would be, I believe, an X vote from Cromwell. So let's go ahead and give the X voters one more vote. They are up to 20 now. They need more than probably 27 at this point to get a solid majority and end this contest. Let's how do I get out of this? We've got someone. Please look at the bottom of the chat. Cromwell is causing trouble. Thank you for alerting me to that fact. I was distracted. I was reading the chat. Pessimistic Idealism says, vote X to expand your mind and unlock the secrets of the universe. Cromwell would keep you in the dark. He wants to remain in the cave, break free from your chains, and venture toward the light. Fourth Density votes for K. Bruce says, I had to eat. What happened? A lot of things happened. Nobody has won yet. The primary is going on all night. Everyone thought it would end. You know, they said it was going to end at 8 p.m. and then it just went on through midnight. It's like the California primary. Shall we join Q? Shall we? I vote K, says Big Male. So Big Male has disbanded the XXX party and he has joined the K party, which the K party, I believe, stands for allowing me to do what I want and live streaming delicious meal cooking. XXX is now defunct. Allah is merciful to all who vote Q. Q is the path to what you desire, brother. 2-hour stream, bruh. Okay, everyone vote for Q now. I will go into Coalition Q, says John Masters. So John Masters is leaving the Y party, a long forgotten party at this point, and joining the Q party. That is 13 votes for the Q party. K and Q coalition, I command a very powerful voting block between myself and my alts. If you want to watch Kenneth cook a delicious meal, vote K. You're not anti-delicious meal, are you? I just want a spectacle, damn it. I am open to bribes to swing the election. Cromwell's back. He says, vote C and I'll give you a free $1,000. Vote not C and you'll be shown no mercy and will suffer a painful, gruesome death. K and Q are basically the same party. Quran is a delicious, nutritious meal for your mind. Cromwell, join K, C, and Y. It's our only hope. You know what? C, says Henry Benjamin. Henry Benjamin, who I think has been part of the Q party, he was like one of the founding members of the Q party, is now joining the C party, which has not seen any growth in a while, but now it's up to 12. Cromwell has said himself that Q equals X, which defines a natural coalition. What are the vote totals? Well, they're on the screen right now. For the K party, we have 3 votes. For the soft X party, we have 2 votes. For the little X party, we have 1 vote. For the C and Y party, we have 1. For the Quantrell Bishop party, we have 1. For Spacetime DC, or for the F party, we have 1. For the Q party, I'm going to count this up real quick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 for the Q party. For the X party, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 for the X party. For the C party, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And for the Y party, we have 3 votes. So those are the totals so far. If any party can get over, it's probably going to be like 28 votes at this point to get a majority. If Q doesn't win, does that mean Ken won't ever read the Quran? I don't think it means a ban on the Quran. But definitely, it is what it is. Well, he's just going to say April Fool's, so why or ban now? Cromwell winces at the sights and sounds of the good, the true, the beautiful. Vote X for the absolute. Cromwell has become Andrew Yang. Q is the most dynamic party, can form a coalition with anyone. K is basically the better version of Q, going for the coalition. Just saying, I'm back to Q. Fourth density says, thank you, big male. Vote K. Jacob is hungry. K and Q, baby. What does K stand for? K or Q? K stands for the Kenneth Party, which means that I get to do whatever I want on the condition that I live stream cooking a delicious meal. Democracy is rigged. You've given me no choice. What is K and what does Q stand for? Q stands for reading the Quran. Q for some quality sleep. I don't think that's what the Q party stands for, Tomas. But does that mean you're changing your vote to Q, Tomas? Is that a vote from Y to Q? I'm not sure if that was a vote or you're just defining the party for other people. Q is for Quranic interpretation. We cannot let Cromwell derail the power, the glory, and the wisdom of the Jockle cinematic experience. Allah is not as good as Allah's delicious creations, says Jacob. Remember, big males endorse the K party. Join us now and take in the delicious smells of Kenneth cooking a meal live on YouTube. Remember when Fourth Density was part of the C party? That was long ago. Now he's part of the K party. That's quite a dramatic shift. Which party provides me with the most social prestige to support? Okay, we've got vote K. X means no more news and politics. Don't forget. Cromwell's about to go full Allahu Akbar. Big Male says vote K now. Allah forgive me, I'm hungry. All right, William says still voting? Hello. Soft X, haha, very funny meme. Let's all just vote for Q for some serious Quranic recitation. The reason X is winning is because of me. Vote for Pedro. Okay, Common Sense Philosophy. Common Sense Philosophy has changed his vote from X to Pedro. The Pedro Party, not to be confused with the Poe Party, which is a defunct party, but the Pedro Party. This chat is a war zone. No XQ coalition. Bunch of people being timed out here. Soft X Party shows good leadership, but I don't agree with their policies. I'm the head of the X Party, says Aeromanric, which is not true. I'll make the case for the X Party, says Pessimistic Idealism. Let's see if he's able to come on. Can you hear me? Pessimistic Idealism.
Yes, I can.
Okay, beautiful. Are we going to do video here, or are we just going to chat it on in?
I'll just do a quick voice response, basically. So I'll just give my case right here.
Sure.
I used to be like Cromwell. However, my association with his kind eventually withered away after I had an epiphany. I became even more conscious than I already was of the patina of nauseating shallowness and superficiality that coats all surfaces and objects, ideas, aims, and people. In mass movements, like those Cromwell advocates for, are no different, for they offer nothing of value in terms of truth. In fact, they are means for living vicariously through the rhetoric and bombast of other people. It is all a masquerade, and when the music stops, a figurehead falls from grace. In a confused haze, everyone lifts their masks and are frightened by the sound of silence. Their leader is gone, and they have no propellant to drive the movement forward. However, like clockwork, a new leader steps up and adorns the cape and crown of his disgraced predecessor, and the music resumes. Measures later, the music goes silent again, and he too perishes at the hands of the crowd he represents. That's not to say one cannot have a goal or dedicate his time to realizing it. However, the aspirations of those who, like Cromwell, are galvanized by these invigorating movements, their aspiring messages, and their compelling leaders completely overlook the most important question: then what? My message here is this: pursue the good, the true, and the beautiful. Ban Cromwell, vote X.
A very powerful case from the leader of the X party. And any other words, or was that it?
That was all.
All right, well, you heard it here, folks. The X party president has made his final closing statement of the night in defense of the X party. That was a very long, complicated soliloquy that had a lot of three-syllable words that I didn't entirely understand, but maybe I'm just not smart enough for the X party. It is a big brain party with a big brain leader. If you like philosophy, X party might be where it's at. Soft X will convert Cromwell. What is K party vote count? 3 votes right now. The purges are going on. Let's do this. Soft X is a utopian vision that can only end in disaster. And we're going to scroll up a little bit. Scrolling. Soft X is a utopian. Hard X will inquisition Cromwell. Big Male has been muted by Cromwell. Change my vote to Q, says Bruce. Where are you right now, Bruce? Bruce had been a C voter. He is now a Q voter. So we'll throw that onto the Q. Q now has 12. C now has 11. Blessed is the Prophet Muhammad. Blessed is the word of God, Allah. Cromwell is banning people. I changed to K. Wow. Jeez. So Rodion has gone from a original C voter. He is now changing to a K voter. Cromwell not winning fans with his aggressive banning measures tonight. Michael says change to Q. So Michael, where was Michael at? Oops. I gotta find where Michael was. Michael was a C voter. He is now a Q voter. So change that to 10, and he is coming up to the Q party. I keep getting these notifications on Discord. How do I turn them off? Let's see if this works for me. I'm just gonna hit all these buttons and see if this fixes the problem. Oh boy. Alright. I think I did it. Q, baby. Cromwell is trying to destroy the K party. Change vote to Q. It means they are effective. Thanks, Randy. Pessimistic idealism didn't make Q. He just adopted an unpopular choice. Switch vote to Q. He breathed new life into it. So William Zimmerman, whereas William Zimmerman was a C voter, he is now a Q voter. So they've lost a voter down in the C party. Q party has gained. Q party is now at 13 votes. Let's see. The cooking party is officially defunct. X tore him to pieces. So does that mean fourth density is leaving the K party and going to X? All right, fourth density leaving the K party, going to the X party, bringing it up to 20. Let's see. Bruh. X is meaningless. It means ending the stream and ending interesting streams. It is the party of winter. 16 minutes until voting is over. Am I really that far behind in the chat? I'm not sure about Q. Now I am the leader of K. I think you are, Big Male. I think you are by default the leader of the K party. The Soft X party believes in the moral goodness of Kenneth, so we should change to the K party. Okay, so Charles, founder of the Soft X party, has joined a coalition with the K party. Will Napoleon's Egyptian change his vote as well to the K party? That remains to be seen. We must defeat the long night. I change my vote to K. Shaking my head, moving from God to cooking, watching an oven for 30 minutes. Can we get a party that better represents my constituency? Q, because reading the Quran would be more interesting than this. Where is Bingo at? Bingo is currently in the Q party. Charles is high IQ. Vote R to remove all other parties that assume Cromwell will join today. It's simply delusional to think this stubborn mule will change his mind. Okay, so Insulin Pet is changing from a Q vote over to the R party, which means remove all the parties. Okay, that's Insulin Pet. Where do we have Quranic interpretation for a good end top the stream? Vote C and I'll come on. Cromwell says vote C and I'll come on. I don't know. He says vote C and I'll come on. So I don't know if that's going to shake things up. Read the translation by Abdullah Yusuf Ali. Your mic is acting up. I apologize. Will you come on tonight? We are rising. If you vote C, yes. Promise, says Henry Benjamin. Cromwell says, yes, I promise. Not true. Vote Q, says Bingo. Make this man into two pieces. Vote K, says Edward. Kenneth gets to do what he wants and must do a cooking stream in the future. Also, my other account got muted by Cromwell. So Edward Ross going strong with the K. For how long? I am the president of the Y party. I command all the Y votes for the full 5 minutes. And you'll talk, right? Are you a man of your word? Screw your optics. I'm going K, says Billy Bob. Billy Bob voting for the K party here. That brings the K party up to 5 votes. What do we have? Nobody was banned. They were put in a 300-second timeout. Cromwell, that is basically what the C and Y party promises. Cromwell says, yes, everyone do C, says Henry Benjamin. All right, Henry Benjamin is still in the C camp. Vote C and trust I'll come on. I'd make a case for the X party on Discord. Thank you for making your case. Let's check on Discord. We have Cromwell. I'm only going to come on if C wins. Up to you, he says. Q brothers, Allah has willed Cromwell to speak tonight for an interesting stream. Vote C. Okay, so Henry Benjamin. Did we already check? The votes are flying around in this caucus. Voting C. Joel Davis wants you to vote K. All right. I don't know if Joel comes on and he votes, I'll add his vote. Change my vote to K, says Randy. All right. Randy is a C voter. He is changing his vote to K. So that brings the K voters up to 6. Then we have Michael says he would like to change to K. Michael is voting K now. All right, we're going to have to do a recount here, but the votes are flying in this caucus. Guts, Red Norded Guts, change your vote to C, and Cromwell comes on right now. Anti-centrist Tomas, would you change your vote to C if Cromwell goes on? We are definitely rising. Keep on voting K. Menthol Gold is voting K. Okay, Menthol Gold, previously a Q voter, now a K voter. That is shaking up this race here. We can't have this build up. We need C votes. Kenneth won't even do what the K party wants him to do. Interesting. K party supporter over here says Bruce Bogtrotter. I don't know why I find that name funny at this very moment, but for some reason it is very funny to me. So Bruce joins the K party. JK, destroy this man. C party will actually lead to Cromwell on the stream. Forget Cromwell. Ken is gonna cook, for God's sake. Oh man, that is a good point. We go K. John Masters joining the K party. John Masters shifting from the Q party to the K party. Can you believe it, folks? The K party is surging. This is a Biden level surge right here with the K party. Oh, Kenneth will want to do what another party wants. Anyway, we are open to the prospects of forming a coalition. I am now joining the K party, says William Zimmerman. Zimmerman leaving the Q party, joining the K party. This is amazing, folks. No one could have predicted this. Hashtag FedGang, ban this man, ban this man. This post was made by X-Gang. We want Cromwell on tonight. He said he'd come on tonight. What are his kind? As leader of the Pedro party, I state openly that I will give my delegates to the leading party, but I will yield my leverage. So Pedro the Rabbit, I don't know if Pedro has voted already, but Common Sense Philosophy voted for the Pedro party. Pedro the Rabbit is voting... He is voting for the leading party, which is going to join with whatever the leading party is. Whoever votes K gets 1 million and becomes part of the minoritarian elite, says hetero male. So hetero male, let's take a look. Hetero male has not yet voted. So hetero male is now voting for the K party. So the K party is getting yet another vote from hetero male. Wield, not yield. Okay, so he's wielding, not yielding. Just fucking vote. See ya, hillbillies, says Cromwell. Who does he want me to vote for, says Bruce. Tear him apart, says Fourth Density. I'm a swing voter, says Bruce. All other choices are irrelevant. Cromwell will come on tonight, says Henry. I concur, Pedro. So Common Sense Philosophy is officially joining the leading party, which was founded by Pedro. I like how he seems to be authentically speaking from the heart, and it isn't just another PR creation. X just wants to suppress speech. So let's scroll up to where we are at in the chat. Man, the K party is really surging. I did not expect this to happen. Oh boy, message paid for by the Japanese Characters Party. So I don't know how to pronounce those Japanese characters, but apparently What Sit to Ya is voting for the Japanese Characters Party. So that's a vote there. That was lame. What did he even say? X includes Ken taking the cam outside and teaching us astrology/astronomy. X party receives money from APAC. X is lame. C is king. A load of pseudo bullshit. C party for Cromwell tonight on the stream. Does C party have a path to victory? Why do you trust that will happen? Do not believe this man. Simply ban him. He said he'd do it. Compelling speech from pessimist. I'll dissolve my little X party and join the big X party. So Laugh Track is leaving the little X party and joining the big X party. So we'll take laughter, we'll dissolve that party and give it over to the X party here. The X party now has 21 votes. C party is just declining. Sad. C is for cucks. Vote X. I changed to C, says Caranunos Celtica. So Caranunos Celtica dissolving the C and Y party, going to the C party. C party now has 3, 6, 8 votes for the C party. Remember, if the C party wins, our man Cromwell has agreed to come on tonight. So I don't think that's generating much excitement, though, in the chat. The chat seems to be excited about the K party right now. We all took L's tonight. What is K? K means I have to do a cooking stream, but I get to do what I want otherwise. If he doesn't come on at a major titty, at a majority, then we end the stream. Tomas, Kenneth gets to do what he wants, plus maybe cooking. Cromwell is ancient history. This vote pertains to a new, more exciting possibilities. He said he would come on tonight if we get a C majority. K is the Kenneth party plus cooking stream. How can we account for votes cast by now banned chat participants that might want to change their vote? Interesting question. We're going to have to go into my channel settings here. So give me a second. I need to go into the channel settings. I'm going to go into the YouTube studio. And what I'm going to do right now at this moment is I'm going to go into my channel settings, into the community tab. I'm going to scroll down to where it says hidden users. I'm going to unban Big Schlongus. I'm going to unban Roger Friddle's accounts. I'm going to unban Admiral Murat. I'm going to unban, let's see, I'm going to unban Chloe Price. I'm going to unban Incel Twink. I'm going to unban another Roger Friddle account. So I'm going to unban those people so that they should now be able to participate in this vote. But those are the only people who were banned permanently. I don't think Cromwell actually banned anyone permanently. I think it was a 300-second timeout. I changed to C because there's only 4 minutes left. Ken should be a merciful inquisitor. He should give him one last chance to come on after X wins and then finish him anyway. Hey, from me then, says Tomas. Let's see where Tomas is at. Tomas was a Y party voter. He is now a K voter. The Y party is not doing good. The K party is doing well. Now is the time to hear Cromwell speak. Vote C. Which party is led by a woman? I think Camille is a woman. Is that correct? I'm not sure. Camille sounds like a woman's name. QK Alliance. How much time is left? KQ Alliance. He just wants to win the vote. He knows C won't win. Read Quran, get cooking. Kenneth does what he wants, or does what he wants. The one suppressing Cromwell, the right to come on stream and speak is feminine, X and soft X. Man, my internet's getting slow at this point. Let's go over to this transformation and make it 200, 200 to really fill up the space. Read, let's see. Will you come on tonight with the majority? Sorry, I have to go. This is it. Everyone in X should change to something else. It's 2 a.m. I'm about to go to bed, but if C has a path to victory, I'll stay up and chat, says Cromwell. Who's the leader of Q? What's it to you votes C. So what's it to you is one of the first voters in a long time to shift over to the C party. Yes, Celtica, C it is, says Spacetime. Spacetime, who is the leader of the F party, has dissolved that party and joined the C party. Put that under C. He's going to come on, boys. Minor parties need to join together to unseat the X party. Don't believe him. Boom, he's coming on. C party now. Who do we align behind? He's going to come on, I told you. You will all see. Cynical C. I will come on, says Cromwell. I changed to K, says Staff of Ra. Staff of Ra switches from the X party to the K party. All right, so we're going to shift him over to the K party here. Cromwell want to form a coalition with Q, says Camille. All Q's changed to C. Ken must make his own decisions. Bruce says he's part of the K party. Let's see where Bruce is. Yep, he's part of the K party. It will make you the largest, so you will win for sure. We must support the monarch's judgment. Vote K. So that is Charles. Charles is part of the K party. C is going to win. We're going to see Cromwell on stream. No, vote C. It's a matter of principle to trust me. I will still come on. If I don't, I'll just get banned anyway. You want me to support C? What is C again? C is for Cromwell. If you vote C, Cromwell says he's going to come on right now, but we will see. I trust you, but I want to Quran, so if we form a coalition, we'll reach both of our goals. Of course, I thought we were unironic bros before tonight. I support Quran readings too, says Cromwell. Philosophy, no ban till April, and we get to see him on stream right now. C is to keep him. He might come on. C and Q coalition. I want him to read the Bible too, though, not just the Quran. 5 minutes of Cromwell, and then Quran. Q coalition with K, Quran plus cookery. What could be better? K and X coalition? Okay, I changed my vote to C party, says Common Sense Philosophy. Common sense philosophy changes from the leading party to the C party, giving the C party another vote. X party voters must consider voting K. I changed my vote to K as well, says Napoleon. Whoops. Napoleon, this is still the Poe thing. So the soft X party is dissolved, and the K party gets one more vote. Add one to the K party. So true. If X wins, Jocko shall endure forever. Cromwell is afraid of minoritarianism. Voting for Cromwell means a vote for imbecility. K is for the cool kids, says Tomas. I am being pulled in so many directions. I want to change to K as well, says Tazlewhack. So Tazlewhack was part of the X party. He is now part of the K party. K party is, I think, close to overcoming the X party. Nobody even understands you, idiot. Who owned the K party? Who did found the K party? I think at this point, the longest member of the K party is Edward Ross, because he's at the top. I'm not sure. We'll have to figure that out at the convention. K-Bros assemble. Everyone type, I changed to C while we only have 2 minutes left. K party is unstoppable, says Bruce. K plus C plus Q, 5 minutes of Cromwell, then Kenneth cooking while reading the Quran. Interesting. It's either me or fourth density. X is eternal. We the K guys. No, it's not. C part has way more votes. It is you, my friend. X is eternal, but we are mortals. Okay, K guys, should we support X or C? We are fallen. Place C at the top of all votes so we can see. Okay, all right, I will take the C votes and I will place them on the top of the chat. Well, above the K votes, under the R party and the leading party and the QB party. I'm going to put the three smallest parties at the top, and then you've got the C party, the K party, the Q party, and the X party. I'm done with X. I vote K, says Onion Hat. Onion Hat is leaving the X party, and he is going over to the K party. That is a big shift for Onion Hat, who has been a strong X voter. Now he's going K. Insulin Pet is going to K. So Insulin Pet is switching from the R party, and he's going over to the K party. K party is increasing in strength. It might be the largest party at this point. We're going to see Cromwell soon. Oh boy, chat is frozen. Chat is frozen. Scroll up, scroll up, scroll up. Where is my... Oh, it is forgotten. Yeah, that's funny. Okay. Unban Kenneth Brown to count his vote. Well, Kenneth Brown's vote is counted. He is in here somewhere. I think he's part of the C party, right? Yeah, Kenneth Brown is counted. X on the bottom where they belong. You are the president, Simpy. Q party support C. I will tell Kenneth to do a Quran reading after. He told me he wanted to change it. I hereby apostatize from the Q party to the K party. So that is Jacob. Jacob is leaving the Quran party. He's changing over to the Kenneth party. So Kenneth party swelling. I want to be democratic. Tonight we will see Cromwell. The K party shall prevail. K is for Ken to decide himself. Absolutist K-ism is the jurisprudence we need. Abandon X, join K. This would be so interesting if Cromwell came on tonight. X is worthless. Please vote for some positive. K is the natural conclusion of X and Q. X must submit to the will of Big K. Ken decides on whether the Quran is read. If the C party wins, Cromwell comes on tonight. X includes getting a GF, a vote for X. Do it for the meme. K includes Ken streaming IRL outside. Yeah, in the coronavirus, exactly. X forever. K is the most virtuous party. Imagine sitting here just waiting for Cromwell to get banned when we can get this over and done with by just having him on. I vote X. This Cromwell dude is whack. That is Dr. Docket. Dr. Docket is voting for the X party. All right, well, we're going to add him to the X party. E. Kusu, but I'm for C if Cromwell comes on. Okay. That is for what's it to ya. K party is highest IQ and tallest average male party. K party is for real cult members. I'm switching to K. Everyone who doesn't want X to win, vote K. So that is Red Ogre. Red Ogre was a C party voter. He is now a K party voter. All right, so the K party is the biggest party at this point. I never banned anyone. I put them on a 300-second timeout, says Cromwell. Thank you, sir. Even Cromwell should vote K. Admiral Murat was banned. Yes, he was banned for speculatively doxing people. Unbanning Incel Twink sounds like a great idea. No, C must win, says Cromwell. Ken is freeing prisoners. Yeah, I'm just like Iran. I'm releasing the prisoners for coronavirus. Never banned anyone, says Cromwell. Ken is releasing his hostages. The fire rises. He cries as he strikes at you. He cannot be trusted with law and order. If C doesn't win, then there is no argument to be had because you've all just prevented him from talking. I am a woman. Vote Q. All right. I have it on good authority that Kenneth Brown, no relation to Kenneth Brown, is experiencing voter suppression. Well, I don't know what to do about that. Maybe the unban will happen after the stream ends, but I can't control YouTube's crappy services. Do a stream, Camille. Want some beta bucks? Using my feminine powers. Yeah, Camille could really shift people's votes with some feminine powers. Camille wants Q votes. You people are in the girl party, says hetero male. We literally had a Y vote to not ban him as long as he debated. Yeah, I don't know what happened to the Y party. The Y party has 2 votes, Rattle, Grebdron, and anti-centrist. So the Y party has fallen from grace. How embarrassing to vote for Q party given this revelation. K won a coalition. That's what the C party is. K party is my legacy. I stand for X and this man. So fourth, where's fourth density? He's in the X party. K is the male party. Just look at the names without the threat of ban. Yes, Q, please join K. Viltautas Kazlauskas is going for the X party. Amazing. Amazing that we have Lithuanian support for the X party. The Y vote still lives. Q voters join C. I vote X. Geodude votes X. Man, Geodude, all random people I've never heard of before. Probably some sock accounts, but, you know, we don't have any voter ID laws, so it is what it is. We are building a big tent movement. Sea Org receives Scientologist endorsement. Cromwell said he will come on now for the C vote to combine Y and C. Everyone vote K. I thought it'd be pretty obvious he just wants to win the vote and not have to follow up on the debate. This should really be decided by Roger Friddle. I support a Quran reading afterwards. Vote C. K party, more like gay party, says Camille. So that is a female speaking. To be consistent with the current world order, hetero male timeout, cringeel. K must merge with Q despite our late misogyny. Vote C so we can end this with something satisfactory. He promised either way we will see. Q party, more like be quiet party. Do any of you truly trust this person? C is an empty vessel you can fill with your hopes and dreams. Vote for C, vote for hope. Qs are promised within the K party. I'm a Northern Englishman. If only we could combine the C, Q, and K parties. Well, Cromwell has denied a coalition. In order to form a coalition, you need the permission of all coalition party or presidential members. So because Cromwell is the president of the C party and he's refused any coalition with any other party, no coalition with the C party is possible at this time. We have more voters. They should merge with us. If K and Q merge, Ken must cook the cuisine of an Islamic country. We'll see. We'll see what I have in the kitchen. Change me to C, says Insulin Pet. Insulin Pet changes from K to C. All right, give that one to the C voters. K, Q, and C, or CQK coalition. The stream is going to be headline news by tomorrow morning. I am the C party now. Cromwell needs to be heard, says Quantrell Bishop. So Quantrell Bishop changes from the X party, which was ban Cromwell outright, and changes to the C party. I vote Q, says, oh, Pete Bossboom in the chat. Pete Bossboom is voting for the Q party. Typical Pete Bossboom voting for the Q party there. C for Cromwell live tonight. I will never change to K. X must endure. Join us. We will have Ken cook a traditional Islamic dish. The banned parties are irrelevant because he will just use an alt. Put me in C, says Connor Mill. Connor Mill, previously a hardcore X supporter, is now a C supporter. So we'll throw him in for the C there. Thank you for the misogyny video. I'm coming on, by the way, says Cromwell. I think you will come on if C wins, but you made that decision knowing that the chances were super tiny. Why has the QB party not grown? I don't know. Let me vote for Q, says Wawa. I don't know who Wawa is, but Wawa is apparently a moderator. So Wawa is voting for Q. All right, thank you, Wawa. I'm coming on, vote C, says Cromwell. Q vote. Okay, Eddie Betty. I don't know who Eddie Betty is, but Eddie Betty apparently is a moderator. When did Eddie Betty become a moderator? I don't remember. I do not remember making Eddie Betty into a moderator. I'm lost. I am so lost. Where is Eddie Betty? I have to scroll up so far. Oh man, I'm completely lost. All right, QB party not grown. Eddie Betty, here we go. Eddie Betty, Q vote. All right, Eddie Betty's voting for Q. If you vote for K, you will receive 76 versions. Fed gang, delete this man. Who are these random people voting for C or X? Could be some sock accounts. Cromwell does have honor, so I trust in him. I'll vote for you when I hear you on the stream. K is ascendant. Cool kids gang, vote X. If the leaders can agree to unite K, Q, and C, we can defeat X once and for all. I gave that wonderful speech, vote X. Just vote for me now. You're not losing anything if you think I'm lying. I'm willing to vote for whatever will resolve this the quickest, then vote C. Rejoin our party, brother. Finish what we have started. Can Ken tell us what K is? Well, I haven't decided yet, except we're going to cook. We're going to cook if K wins. Your cause is an honorable one, my friend, but wigs need to be snatched. Join C. The Quranists are on my time. K is at 19. We shall be victorious. Y party would have been the fastest, but now Cromwell said he would come on now. Have fun. Vote K. Vote C. What are you afraid of, Cromwellian chaos? Imagine sitting here all this time, waiting just to see one not be able to call in. I would like to vote for the K party, says K party. Longtime viewer of the channel, K party, is voting for the K party. Interesting. All right. What is K's platform? Feel the sacrificial bloodthirst in you. Your ancestors are speaking to you. And this man, K party, is the chaos of the corona. Vote X. Cromwell should call to advocate for the C party. Well, he has the option to do that if he wants to do that. Vote C. X party. I vote X, says Inquisitive Badger. Inquisitive Badger voting for the X party. Let's throw in Inquisitive Badger into the X party. Dark Wolverine, longtime viewer of the channel, voting for the C party. C party is now joined by Dark Wolverine. Staff of Ra creating the KXKXK party. C is the Corona party. Interesting. Vote for K. I vote X, says Lost in the Infinite. Lost in the Infinite is voting for X. KX Coalition, the ground is coronavirus. We're about to win. X voters must convert. K absolutism. I have decided to vote X, says Fear and Trembling. Fear and Trembling, someone who has never commented on my channel. I've never seen them before. I've never seen them in the live chat. They've decided to vote X. So there we go. So much hype, all this time, effort. None of you want to hear what he has to say. Quickly change to C so we can end this. I extend my hand for Xers to convert to K. Kenneth shows how cooking is a way of thinking rather than repeating a recipe in a book. Vote K. C Party means he will come on now. Put my vote for Pedro Party. The most minoritarian party says Titmouse. Titmouse is joining the Pedro Party. All right, Pedro Party, one of the minor parties. I don't care what happens to Cromwell. I just want to see Ken cooking while reading the Quran. The Y Party are the lame soak Dems vanishing into obscurity. Vote for the Leninist X gang. Vote C. I'm going to have to choose X, my man, says Horizon. Horizon, someone who I've never seen on the channel, someone who could be a sock account, is voting for X. I feel like X has a number of people I've never seen before or heard of before. He's been talking about all he's had to say for weeks in the most incoherent of ways. Promised to read some of the Quran to bring the Q crowd over to C. Vote X. Interesting. I've already promised that. Q voters and Y voters became C voters. I'm a woman too. Vote C. K is a vote for enlightening dialectic between Ken and Cromwell. Has Mr. Zemo. Zemo is a C voter. Spirited deep cooking. K and X share blood ties, but K will deliver the viewers to prosperity. Down with all parties except X. I vote for the X party, says Chessmen. Chessmen is voting for the X party. Again, someone who's never commented on the channel. I've never seen them before. Males are females too. We need for the X ambassadors and the K ambassadors to meet over the stream on a date, and it's going shite. I'm streaming Ken so I don't have to look at her. I'm being serious, says AJ. We must form a coalition. I will give them spirited deep cooking if they vote C. Cromwell said he will say a Quran verse along with a Bible one. We will make your wildest dreams come true. I have to vote for X. Cromwell is cornbread, says Lotsa. Lotsa, someone I've never seen on the channel, never heard of them before, has come in for the X party. I give permission for a coalition. That should be enough for 28 people. Vote X, says Fourth Density. I've got to scroll up here. Scrolling. Put me in X, says Pringle Patterson. Pringle Patterson, someone I've never heard of or... Whoa! Stop! In the name of love, before you end the stream. Okay, is the stream still going? Because I accidentally just clicked away from the stream. Can people still hear me? Am I still on? I don't know right now. We're in a what is called a desperate situation. I'm not sure if this live stream is still happening right now. I may have just exited from the live stream. Don't be a slave to sock accounts, says Cromwell. Let's go into the channel dashboard. Let's go into... Okay, are we still going? Okay, I accidentally X'd out of the stream. I just lost all your votes. Let's see, do I still have... Oh boy. I just lost a whole bunch of votes. But here's what Cromwell has DM'd me. He said, clearly there are a bunch of sock accounts voting for X, and I'm inclined to agree with Cromwell. I think Cromwell is correct. I don't think he's lying. I think there are people with sock accounts, and they are creating... Okay, I accidentally X'd out. Whoa, that's my voice. I don't like that. That's bad. Stop. We don't want to hear that right now. Lost all your votes. Stop. I don't want to hear myself, please. Okay. Fake accounts voting X. Yes, the fake accounts are voting X. That is true. It is far past the time to count the votes. So, we're going to look at the parties, and we're going to do a final count. Voting is closed. Okay? So, for the leading party, we had Pedro the Rabbit. With 1 vote, the leading party has lost. Chris Alton voting for the Quantrell Bishop Party. The Quantrell Bishop Party voted C, and therefore Chris Alton is added to the C Party by extension. Titmouse voted for the Pedro Party, which has lost. The C Party had Cromwell, Oxylus, Kenneth Brown, John Smith, Heinrich Zemo, Henry Benjamin, Nunos Celtica, What's It To Ya, Spacetime DCR, Common Sense Philosophy, Insulin Pet, Quantrell Bishop, Chris Alton by extension, Connor Mill, and Dark Wolverine. So if we look that up, we are going to find 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So 15 votes for the C Party. Then we have the K Party. Edward Ross, Big Male, Rodion, Charles, Big Bob, Randy Lentz, Michael Pemulis, Menthol Gold, Bruce Bogtrotter, John Masters, William Zimmerman, Hetero Male, Tomas, Staff of Ra, Napoleon's Egyptian, Tazzlewhack, Onion Hat, Jacob, Red Ogre, and the K Party. So if we look at this little list here, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So 20 votes for the K Party. Now the Q Party. Q Party led by a female candidate, Camille, had Camille Random, FBI, Fodder des Fodderlands, Bingo da Bingo, Amster Droned, Peter LeBron Thompson, Pete Bossboom, Wawa, and Eddie Betty. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 votes for the Q Party. Then for the X Party, we had AV, Pessimistic Idealism, Tomas Elsmore, Aromanric, Hippocratic, Farzan, Hector, William I, Knight of the Long Knives, Skexis Fan, G.E. Williams, Fourth Density, Laugh Track, Dr. Doctit, Bill Tautas, Kozlauskas, Geodude, Inquisitive Badger, Lost in the Infinite, Fear and Trembling, Horizon, Chessman, Lotsa, Pringle Patterson. So if we add those up, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. 24 for the X Party, and the Y Party only has 2 votes. Now, there was of course some sock accounts. So I will now be deleting all those accounts that are not recognized. So Pringle Patterson, Lotsa, Chessman, Horizon, Fear and Trembling, Lost in the Infinite, Inquisitive Batter, Geodude are all sock accounts for the Sock Party. They can become part of the Sock Party. In addition, well, what does that now change the X Party to? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So 16 votes for the X Party. We take a look at, did Camille agree to vote C? I'm going to search Camille's name in the chat. Camille, I do not see any message from Camille saying that she would agree to vote C. If Camille agrees to vote C, then I will change Camille's vote. and we'll take a look at that. We'll see if Cromwell is willing to form a coalition with Camille's Quran party. That could give the Cromwell party the edge it needs to win this. But so far, let's look at the SOC party. They have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 SOC accounts were created. That's a total of 40 minutes wasted creating SOC accounts for the X party. All right, so it looks like Camille is not coming in. Camille is not going to vote for the C party. And because Camille is not going to vote for the C party, that means no coalition can be formed. Since no coalition can be formed, then all the members of the Q party, as they have been pledged to Q, their votes are still going for the Q party. When we look at what is left here, the largest party out of all the parties was the K party. As you remember, the K party was the party of Kenneth, the Kenneth decision, and it was also the party of cooking. Now, I'm not going to do a cooking stream tonight. I never said tonight. I said I will do a cooking stream, but not tonight. And therefore, I'll probably do one this weekend. But therefore, what is this? Camille says, I will form a coalition under the coalition that the Quran will be read. So, wow, that was a close one. I was about to announce my decision. So Camille said the Quran will be read. Okay, Cromwell, do you accept the offer of coalition? Camille has offered coalition under the condition that the Quran will be read. Cromwell, leader of the Cromwell party, do you accept the condition that the Quran be read? Do you accept the coalition? Are you ready to form that coalition, Cromwell? Or do you deny the coalition in favor of a single party? They agreed to change C. All right. Coalition. We're waiting for a response from Cromwell in the chat to see. He's private messaged me. He said they agreed to change to C, so as long as I impelled you to do a Quran readings, Camille is on. Let's see what Cromwell says. Is he going to agree? Roger Friddle says, I would like to vote for K. Okay, Roger Friddle has voted for K. Cromwell has said, yes, I accept coalition, which means that Camille's party, the Q party, has now decided to join up with the C party. So let's now count the combined votes of the C party and the Q party. So together, between the C party and the Q party, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26 votes for the coalition of the C party and the Q party together. So it appears that we have a victor after 3 hours of caucusing. We finally have a victor, the combined CQ party. I will now request that Cromwell enter into a chat with me, and we will see if he responds. I am awaiting Cromwell's response. What is going on? Is Cromwell in the chat?
Hello, yes. Sorry, there's a bit of a video delay while I live here, so.
All right, I will just turn off the camera then, and we will do a straight up voice talking chat stream for 5 minutes. We'll give it 5 minutes. All right, so
just want to give a shout out to Camille first. Thanks for the coalition.
yeah,
I thought I was going to lose there for a minute, but thank you.
I mean, it was an exciting night. It was a pretty, I mean, it was long. I didn't expect it to take that long, but I think it was really when you decided.
It's nearly 3 a.m. here, by the way.
Oh yeah, definitely. It's quite late. I mean, right after.
But I'm a man of my word. Once I say I'm going to do something, I'm going to do it. I don't lie to people.
Well, that's good. I think the viewers appreciate that. and they do want to hear. They do want to hear something from you. They do want to hear a little bit of your views. Do you have like a stump speech to summarize? What are your positions? What's your opposition? Where do you want to go with this? Just a little preview of what's going to come in the future.
Well, I am a nationalist and a Christian.
Mm-hmm.
I believe in the Lord Jesus Christ. I do identify with the proles. I don't believe in this property rights nonsense that staff of Raw were talking about. It's 3 a.m., mate.
Yeah, it is pretty late.
I'm just glad I've won. I'm just glad I've won, honestly. I knew I was going to win, by the way. But thanks to Camille for helping me get this through. And so you can't debate on April the 1st, so let's debate some other time.
Yeah, we'll
I want to
figure it
debate you.
out.
I'm not running away from you.
Well, that's good. That's good because you never know until you know. With the internet, you never know what people are really up to. I thought you were just
and
on
that's
the long
another thing
troll.
as well. Another thing that we disagree on is that you have a very top-down view, which I believe is very comedic. Everyone tends to fetishize power online. They tend to see power as monolithic, as coming from the top down, like a paternal hand. So that's another point of view that we strongly disagree on.
Yeah, so those are the main points there. I don't think we necessarily, out of everything you've described so far, I don't think we necessarily have to disagree on some of the Christian things, although we could probably get into doctrine if we wanted
There's
to.
a lot more stuff, but I'm only picking out the bits that I see from
Right.
you that I disagree with.
Right.
But when we're going to have an actual debate, then I'll be able to fully extrapolate what my views are.
Right.
I can't do that in a 5-minute call when it's 3 a.m.
Exactly. Well, we have 2 minutes left here. I would just say on the point of nationalism, I guess my big contention is not with the concept of the nation. I think that's a pretty old concept that has credibility to it. My problem is usually with the nation state. And so I think that's kind of the particular we would get into. I think probably generally the biggest disagreement we have is between the concept of this top-down versus bottom-up. And I think that's probably where the most distinct disagreement we have is. Maybe we should probably focus on that if we're going to pump this up as a big debate coming up in the next couple of weeks. Really hone in on, does power come from the bottom up or does it come from the top down? I think that's probably what it's going to end up being.
I want to debate populism. I want to have people believing that they have power to change the world, rather than this skepticism that I keep seeing being pushed about these days. Because they do have the power to change the world. We have the numbers. All it takes is for people to coalesce together to form a body, and then they storm in and take power. It really is that easy. So that's where I stand on things. But I promised I'd give a Bible quote to everyone.
Mm-hmm.
So Exodus 15:3, the Lord is a man of war. The Lord is his name.
Is that as short as it is? I'm not familiar with that one.
I also, if you want to come down to Manchester, I'll give you a free beer. That wasn't a joke.
Well, I'm not in Manchester at the moment, but we'll see. We'll see how this debate goes. And we'll see. Maybe you'll be changing some minds. Maybe you'll introduce some new arguments I haven't heard before.
There's a lot of sock accounts that are being created by a couple of folks who've obviously debated me on Discord in the past and don't like what I have to say, but they lost those debates, so what can I say?
Yeah, that's true. That is true. The sock accounts were out heavy in support of just banning you outright. And it's funny because Camille formed this coalition with you last minute. The K Party, I was going to vote.
She's a legend.
I was going to vote to be in coalition with the C Party. I was going to give the win to you. So you're right. You were destined to win it either way. But you've given the 5 minutes that you promised, so I'm going to let you go. I'm going to let you go to bed, and we will plan out the schedule for when the debate is coming up in the next couple weeks.
Yes, we will. Be prepared, guys, because I'm coming.
All right. Thank you, Cromwell. Have a great night. All right, everybody, that was Cromwell. That was the 5 minutes. So remember, the Y Party said if Cromwell comes on for 5 minutes, he is not banned. So the Y Party won. Also the K Party, which was my choice. I wanted to have Cromwell come on, so the K Party won. And also the C Party won. And of course, the Q Party also won with Camille. Because the Q Party won, I am supposed to read something from the Quran. So let's pull up the Quran really quick and read the Quran really fast. Do we have an external link on YouTube, or excuse me, on Wikipedia that I can pull up? No. Do I have the Quran text and translation at Tufts University, Perseus Tufts? English, load. In the name of Allah the Beneficent, and remember we said we'd do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 pages of the Quran. So we're going to read 11 surahs. In the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Merciful, praise be to Allah, Lord of the worlds, the Beneficent, the Merciful, Master of the Day of Judgment. Thee alone we worship, Thee alone we ask for help. Show us the straight path, the path of those whom Thou hast favored, not the path of those who earn Thine anger, nor of those who go astray. And the next surah here is quite long, so let's see if it will load the English. So I'm not sure if this is the best method to read the Quran because it is taking quite a while to load. This is the book in its guidance, sure, without doubt, to those who fear Allah, who believe in the unseen, who are steadfast in prayer and spend out of what we have provided for them, and who believe in the revelation sent to thee and sent before thy time, and in their hearts have the assurance of the hereafter. They are on true guidance from their Lord, and it is these who will prosper. As to those who reject faith, it is the same to them whether thou warn them or do not warn them, they will not believe. Now, while I'm reading this, because it is quite long, let's pull up a window capture of the page that I'm looking at. Quran. We're just going to read Surah 2 because it's a lot longer than Surah 1. So, put this over here. And continue. Where are we here? Allah hath set a seal on their hearts and on their hearing and on their eyes is a veil. Great is the penalty they incur. Of the people there are some who say we believe in Allah and the last day, but they do not really believe. Fain would they deceive Allah and those who believe, but they only deceive themselves and realize it not. In their hearts is a disease, and Allah has increased their disease, and grievous is the penalty they incur, because they are false to themselves. When it is said to them, make not mischief on the earth, they say, why, we only want to make peace. Of a surety, they are the ones who make mischief, but they realize it not. When it is said to them, believe as the others believe, they say, shall we believe as the fools believe? Nay, of a surety they are fools, but they do not know. Let's scroll in a little bit because my eyes are tired. See if we can scroll a bit. Move myself over here and move this down here. Okay. Whoa, that's a lot of lots of scrolling. We are really like you. We were only jesting. Allah will throw back their mockery on them and give them rope in their trespasses, so they will wander like blind ones to and fro. These are they who have bartered guidance for error, but their traffic is profitless, and they have lost true direction. Their similitude is that of a man who kindled a fire. When it lighted all around him, Allah took away their light and left them in utter darkness, so they could not see. Deaf, dumb, and blind, they will not return to the path. Or another similitude is that of a rain-laden cloud from the sky. In it are zones of darkness and thunder and lightning. They press their fingers in their ears to keep out the stunning thunderclap, the while they are in terror of death, but Allah is ever round the rejectors of faith. The lightning all snatches away their sight. Every time the light helps them, they walk therein, and when the darkness grows on them, they stand still. And if Allah willed, He could take away their faculty of hearing and seeing, for Allah hath power over all things. How long is this before I continue reading? How long is this? So that's 21. Oh boy. You know what, guys? It's getting late here. I can't read all of this, but we will probably read the Quran more. Weekdays, I'm going to be busy. As much as the coronavirus has made the world a boring place for many people, I still have things to do. So I am going to go to bed now. And let's see if there was anything interesting that happened. I don't think anything interesting happened in the chat. I'm going to end. Of course, I will do Bible readings in the future. Don't worry about that. I'm going to end the stream. I'm exceedingly tired. If you cannot see that from my eyes, I'm going to leave, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.